And speaking of course, let's see who is this. The infamous is with us. The infamous, also joined by Mr. Live. My name is R. Jones. I am the host and moderator of R is Untitled.
All right.
And before we get into stuff, I need everyone, including the participants, like, share,
Yeah.
and
And
subscribe. Get those
subscribe.
analytics. Get them moving. Get it moving. We got
Yes,
to get this
sir.
crack.
Yes,
It's good.
sir.
Good to have you guys on with me tonight. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks, Live. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
good?
Oh yeah. Oh
We
yeah,
good?
man. I had an interesting week, man. Productive,
That
productive.
productive is always a good thing. That's always a good
Always,
thing.
always,
It is
always.
You
hot
know.
as hell here.
Wait. Yo, Av, where you at, man?
I'm in Queens, bro.
And it's
Mm.
hot like that outside?
It is currently 91 degrees on the temperature,
That,
Yep.
plus about 104 degrees of full humidity. So
yeah,
Yep.
it's
that
really like
don't make
100.
that don't make no sense. Exactly. That's why my
Yeah.
black ass.
Nah. It's
Oh,
about that here in the south, man. But
oh,
it's
for
about
real.
89, 90 degrees right now. 8 o'clock.
Right.
Sun going down, and it's still fucking hot. It's
Yo,
crazy.
I stayed my black ass in the house for two reasons. One, the heat, and
Yeah.
one, this is gonna be disgusting, but I caught a case of pink eye.
Ah, sorry to hear that, kid.
Nah, it's
Sorry
all
to
good.
hear
It's all.
that.
I caught this sucker on Monday, and yeah, I went to the urgent care and all this stuff to get some
Uh-huh.
drops. It's
Mm-hmm.
still acting up. I'm just like, all right, when is this shit gonna be over? I wasn't gonna even show my face today because I was scared. Like, what's wrong with your eye? But I said, fuck it. It is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yo,
I,
you
I
do know
believe.
you have to wash your hands, right? Wash your
I,
hands after you change the diaper. Wash your hands after you use the bathroom. Come on, bro.
bro, I'm religious with that shit. Trust me. I don't fall off with that. That's how I don't
Yeah.
understand this. I'm very, very clean when it comes to that.
Yeah. Ever since COVID,
Uh,
I've been on some damn near germaphobe shit.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I just recently
Mm-hmm.
got rid of a goddamn mask and whatnot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know why
make sure
they,
you always carry it with you, bro. You got to carry it with you at all times.
All right, I hear you. I got you. I
the
got you.
Rodney. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you. What's up, Holla?
It's because we wanted to see Superman. That's why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yo,
Ah,
bro, the day before I was like this, I was like, we bought our tickets. And Holla, thanks for joining me. Also, Reggie, your mic is live as well. Yo, we bought the tickets and everything, and I'm all hyped up and whatnot. And I was like, oh, hell no. And I was gonna see this in 4DX. Let me
So
tell you
he's gonna
something.
kill him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4DX this is my first time doing it because I saw it with F1, and I'm not even into racing like that. But by the time I was done, I was already drawn in. I'm like looking for the schedule when looking for races and shit. That's how. Oh my god! So I said Superman with 4DX. This should be the bomb, but got struck down by pink guy. So very disgusting. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh,
Yeah. Now, does that alter your vision and
Well,
what?
there's levels to it. I didn't have the one with the oozing shit. It was the real disgust. Nah,
Right, 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 right,
I had
right.
a little bit of crust, a little bit of crust, but that's it. Other than that, the eyes is like red,
Bl-
pinkish, that
Yeah,
type
yeah,
that type of vibe and whatnot.
yeah.
So, so
Bless on that. Yeah,
yeah, I was grateful. Not no
yeah.
yellow pus and all that. Nah, I wasn't doing that. Thank God. You
Then,
yeah.
know,
then again, with the with the air quality that it is just about everywhere you are. I mean, just around the whole country, all over the Northeast, the air
right,
quality is so bad. So
right.
that could have just been a really bad algae reaction, and I
That's
mean
what I
it
think.
happens to everybody.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
wow.
what I think.
Okay,
That's what I think. Live, to be
that's
honest. So,
crazy. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Wow.
all
Okay.
right. And David is here. Dave, thank you for joining me. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, brothers?
Everything is good.
All
Everything's
right now.
giving the
Okay.
disgusting details of pink eye that I contracted.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Very disgusting. So, with that being said, let's do some sports, shall we? Let's get
Yes,
into
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
Let's first thing on the docket: Caitlin Clark, Cheryl Swoops beefing with each other. I understand Caitlin Clark has a groin injury; she will not be participating in the WNBA weekend, and that's understandable. There's some people that's like, well, should she? I don't understand. I don't understand that logic. If she's injured, stay out. You are
Right.
a
Right.
a prime piece of the WNBA since your arrival last year. So
For
why
a
would you risk
franchise player.
franchise player? So why risk for a exhibition? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't understand that whole logic, that whole thinking. So, but here's the
Mm.
thing with Cheryl Swoops. She's causing a little debate between people. I'll say that she's pointing out some stuff that I'm like, but the fact that Caitlin Clark is a great player. Let's call it for
Hmm.
what it is. The
Hmm.
fact that she's white,
Yeah.
the fact that she's white is gonna have people in their feelings. Certain people in their
Mhm.
feelings.
Yeah.
I personally don't give a shit what your color is. If you can ball, you can just ball. You can be black, white,
Oh,
purple, yellow.
That's what I was saying in the text.
Right.
uh,
Yes,
Yo,
sir.
before you go too far
Hmm.
with this, I just wanted to respond to what you said initially about people making it a big deal
Hmm.
with her not playing. I think what people are doing is they are subconsciously comparing it to the NBA. And so the WNBA, even though they came off a successful season last year, they very much thrive on who their stars are and in selling the game. So if
Hmm.
you have whether it's exhibition or not, if you have the All Star game and one of their biggest names isn't appearing, they're kind of probably some people are looking at it as, well, how does that impact people who are non or more casual fans watching the game? If it's the NBA All Star game and a big name star isn't in that game, the NBA doesn't need the All Star game to sell their product the same way that the WNBA does. So I'm not saying that I agree with the sentiment, but I think
Hmm.
that maybe that's the point of contention that some people might have, in that if she's not there and they built her up to be one of the stars of their league, and they're trying to sell it to people who are more casual or not, people like myself
Okay.
who wouldn't watch it, and then you say Caitlin Clark is not going to be there, then they need her more than the NBA needs its stars.
Mm.
Good
That
point.
might be
Okay.
the reason why
Okay.
some people feel a certain type of way.
That's a good point.
Oh,
Okay. I
and
can
to
deny.
piggyback off of that, if I'm not mistaken, the All Star game is in Indiana.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
Okay.
I
mm.
didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that
the
either.
All is being
Mm.
played in Indiana. So yeah, she's the draw.
Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
understand? She is the draw, and she's playing in her home state. So yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
you
She
know.
would have been. She'd have been the draw if it was in Alaska. So you know what I'm saying? Like it. Like
Right.
it was.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless, but
Yeah.
especially being in Indiana.
Right.
No, no,
Okay.
that make it doubly like I was like, oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
that like
I didn't
But
even know that they were playing in Indiana. To be perfectly
I
honest.
didn't
but
Well,
but
either.
but, but see, here's the crazy thing is that you hit it on the head. Are when it comes down to the fact that let's be realistic. When there's a phenomenal white basketball player,
Hmm.
the end that league goes on fire. It just does. Look at how much clout Cooper Flag has right now. He has yet to play an official NBA game.
Mhm.
Right.
Look at how they got they because they're always looking for the next great white hope. And I know that we don't want to be about race, but let's be
Hmm.
realistic. A
oh
lot of it is driven by race. A lot of
Yeah,
it is. So
it
sure.
is.
so while
Oh,
and the major consensus is that pro basketball, the NBA, WNBA, all there's all it's predominantly all black players. You can't relate to them. Blah blah blah. It's a pathway for the urban youth. Blah blah blah. Now here comes this this great white hope again, and she can actually inspire more. So I understand where you're saying that she was she's like that big name. She's that marquee. She is one of the marquee players in the league, no doubt about it. Her and Angel Reese pretty much fucking set the tone. But the reality is that I don't feel that she needs to prove herself and risk herself, considering that we're already talking about the amount of money that the WNBA players get paid anyway. So are you
mm,
really going to risk further injury for what is it, $6,000? I think it is
Hmm.
yeah.
two thousand $2,600 something like that they get paid. So Oh well,
Wait, you said what? 2,600.
they get paid peanuts in comparison.
Mm.
Mm, compared
I
to the
mean,
NBA.
her being injured should have made the whole thing a non-issue anyway. I mean, but again, I think Cheryl Swoops is doing her best impression of Stephen A. Smith by just being inflammatory. You know what I'm saying? And again, if we, I don't think any of us take any of that seriously. But she trying to get her dollars up and she trying to get her presence up.
Mm,
So
Okay.
Well,
she might not
Okay.
pay rates,
well,
but she's going to be as inflammatory and as explosive on the golden child of the WNBA as possible because that just especially with her not playing, that just bring more attention to Cheryl Swoops and her brand and the WNBA at large. Even if it's villain, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's beef, beef.
but remember,
So,
Cheryl Swoops, a lot of her inflammatory comments are because she runs the comparison because she did play the WNBA, but that was 20 something years ago,
hmm
and when she was the star of the league, hardly anybody knew of her. They didn't even know who she was.
right,
Uh,
right.
I mean, women's basketball had just broke the cusp of being of getting into notoriety with the
Right.
launch of the WNBA. And besides, when I think about Cheryl Swoops, I always say Cynthia Cooper was better for me. Cynthia Cooper was
Mm,
better. So I don't know.
mm.
Okay,
Can somebody give me the cliff notes on what Cheryl Swoops said?
sure. Give me 1 second. Hold up.
Yeah, but she always saying something about her. She when she on
Well,
Gilbert
I think.
Arenas joint, she always saying something about it. Like
Hmm
she's always saying something about it. So anytime I hear about it, I take it as Cheryl Swoops trying to get her dollars up.
Right,
But
pretty
That's
much.
I mean to
so
take it
but
seriously like it's real, like how we getting down on the show right now. It ain't
right.
real. It ain't even this. It ain't. It's not a real debate kind of thing, or it's not a real factual situation. It's just
Right.
real inflammatory stuff.
So I know we were around when the WNBA
Hmm
first in its inception.
hmm
Didn't they
hmm
have somebody named, excuse me if I recall the name, Rebecca Lobo was supposed to be,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
well,
you know,
Record was good. Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
100%. But I'm not saying the league revolved around her because you had Cynthia Cooper, like you said, you had Cheryl Swoops. Houston was running. Houston was running the freaking WNBA at that time.
Hmm.
I think what they run 3, 4 in a row, something like that.
Something
I think
like
it
that.
was something like that. But I know that they won the first two and they beat the Liberty, which Lobo, she
Yeah.
was the first
hmm
big name out of college because also what happened was there was the women's game in college was very popular.
Right.
And,
Yes.
Right.
but what happened was, of course, these women had nowhere here to play, so they had to take their talents overseas. So the creation of the league, what you had was you had players who had been out of college for a couple of seasons and had played
Hmm.
overseas, and then you also had the new ones that were coming in from college. So Rebecca Lobo was coming right off of that UConn success,
Right.
hmm
and she came into the league as the next because you already had women who were established players. They just weren't established here in the United States. So you
Okay.
had veteran players that were very successful that carried the league. But then, as far as who do we draft as the number one to bring them in from college, that's where Rebecca Lobo came in on the scene, and she got a lot of hype because they wanted to promote the next up and coming. So that's where that came from. And then she played in New York, so
Right.
hmm
so that also added a lot to it, and New York was good at that time. You also had Teresa Weatherspoon and some others, and just for me, the WNBA was very exciting back then.
Yes.
It was
Right.
very watchable, and it piggybacked off of the women's game in college, like the UConn, Tennessee, and Shamika Holdsclaw, and all of that. Those
Right.
were very
Yeah. Yeah.
watchable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads me to say to you, Dave, in your response to me about the whole Clark not being in the All Star weekend, it kind of takes me to a place where I'll just use the NBA as an example. Um, this Oklahoma City against the Indiana Pacers, it
Yeah.
wasn't generally seen as a marquee matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Under the bright.
Right.
So her not being there, I mean, you still have pretty good players, very
Mm-hmm.
good players, as a matter of fact. So they should be able to have entertain. And I get the whole hometown thing, but get past that. And if you're a fan of the game, then love the
Yeah.
game for what it is.
Well, absolutely, Alex. I'll respond to that, and I'll let somebody else chime in. But my response would be
Mhm,
though, when you have put so much of an investment into a player as
mhm,
being the next big thing in a league that desperately needed it, because there were a lot of talented players in the WNBA, but for some reason, and it could be the aspect of
mhm.
race, for a particular reason they highlighted Caitlin Clark and not these other players. So there are players that will carry that game, and true fans will watch it because of that. But if you have an image, I don't want to call it a problem, but if you're trying to market your league, and no matter how much talent you put out there, people are still not going to the games. Then you focus on this one player and make her the next big thing. And then in a showcase, she's not able to play. Some people may feel that that hurts the
Okay,
WNBA because they are more dependent upon, you put her out there and you say she's the
right,
one,
right.
and then she's not going to be there.
Oh
Mhm.
no,
So,
I'm one of them. That shit hurt like a broken toe.
yeah,
That hurt.
yeah,
But the hurt is obvious though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm,
yeah,
she is a franchise. Like when I say franchise though, she is whatever the logo, women's logo is. That's her.
that's her.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Her.
that's a
She is
fact.
she is a league franchise player. So her not being there by default. You know what I'm saying? A
Right.
message because she was gonna be in it anyway. Just because, remember how Grant Hill used not that he didn't deserve it, he deserved it, but he was in the All Star game 8 9 times, and
yeah,
he got voted in. He was like the highest vote. You know, especially when the fans started voting. Um, they want to see him, and in this case, they want to see her,
yeah,
right? So her being hurt, but to Dave's point is if you're a real fan and you know she hurt, why would you want her there,
right,
right?
right,
Not so much want as expect, right? Like it's like,
right,
oh damn,
Well,
yeah,
well,
she can't play.
considering the hype that they have going on with her, you know, and the hype is well deserved. But here's the thing: here's my problem.
Okay.
The only thing this girl has done was go and ball out. This woman has never claimed to be anything but a basketball player. All
True,
she does
True
is
that.
go out and do her job.
True that.
true.
How can you hate on somebody like that? No
yeah.
matter what color you are.
See,
She,
so now
You
we
understand?
talking about
Listen,
ignorance. Yeah, go ahead.
I know growing up, I couldn't stand Larry Bird. Why? Because
yeah,
he was busting the brother's ass,
yeah,
and there was nothing you could do about it.
yep,
Right.
I told y'all about my
This is
Jordan
the same
story.
thing happening all over again. I'm
Yeah.
not mad at her. She's a very good player. I think I have evolved from being however old I was when Larry Bird was playing in the league to
Mhm.
now. But
yeah.
Mhm,
hey,
mhm.
you talented, you talented. Hey, play better. That's the only thing I could tell you. Catch up.
And
I had
good.
I had more of a problem with Larry Bird being on the Celtics than I had with him being white.
Ah,
I agree,
yeah.
100%,
A
Okay,
thousand
I hear
percent,
that.
100%. A
I hear
hundred
that.
thousand
percent, Howard.
percent. That's it right there.
No,
That's it.
Yeah.
like
And
You
you,
I
can't
you
can't
stand the Celtics.
only the most prejudiced could watch Larry Bird
Mhm.
play and
Yeah,
say some white shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
Right.
he stopped being white. Remember that shit he did in the paint where he was tripping and he threw that motherfucker up and the shit
yeah,
went in
yeah,
Yeah.
afterwards.
yeah,
I had no inkling, no thought about him being white. I was like that motherfucker.
yeah,
You know,
That's what
Right.
it was.
my
That's
like
what it
he's
favorite
was.
too good.
my
Hmm.
He's
favorite
too
my
good.
favorite thing about Larry Bird was like the story that if he was insulted if they put a white player on him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would have been too. I would have been
Funny.
too.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
If I was Larry Bird, I'd have
that's
been too.
hilarious.
Yep,
Yeah, for sure. That's
that's a
hilarious.
fact. That's a
Nobody will watch Larry Bird and think anything about race. That dude was
yeah.
just nice, right?
Exactly.
Yes. And
You
this
know,
is the same thing
yeah,
with this girl. She's nice. Plain and
But
right,
simple.
but the
right.
other thing about Caitlin Clark is, to her credit, she never took that bait. So when people throw all that out there, and I don't know what Cheryl Swoop said, and or you can fill me out, on it
Okay.
as well. But I will say this: when someone is trying to create something, and they're throwing the bait out there, and if Caitlin Clark is smart enough to know that if she says anything remotely, you know, sound racial in that regard, they're going to be all over her,
All
and
over.
then the
Right.
people that say these negative things about her will feel justified.
Mm-hmm.
So she's smart enough just to go out there and play her game. Never said anything. You know, she's never said anything that would
Mhm.
make somebody.
Somebody got to mute their mic.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
muted your mic, Av, for a
Okay.
second
yeah.
because causing some background.
So she's never said anything that would make somebody want to attack her. You
Right.
know,
Right.
Right.
so I give her credit for that.
Yeah,
I want to
I would
say
even
something, but
double
first,
down and say, real quick, she lost money, right? Because if she would have jumped on the MAGA wagon, she'd be rich right now.
Yeah,
She would be.
yeah,
She would be a
You stupid.
fucking millionaire right now. Like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like, am I lying? You know, it's like she
yeah,
No,
she
you're
moved.
not.
She talked against that. She
yeah,
moved away
yeah,
from that. She gave all the love and all the credit to the league and who founded it and black women and all of that.
hmm
She lost a lot of
yeah,
her her initial hype. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
yeah.
Let me
Mhm.
bring
I
in
want.
Dom for a second. Dom, your mic is live. Before you say anything, Dom, let me try to see if Avs is giving a little bit of back, a little bit of yeah.
I wanted
Av,
to say something.
Av
Okay,
got that
sorry,
Kobe
Av.
mic. He got
To
Av got
Rodney,
Kobe mic.
Yes, yes, sir.
I just wanted to tell you what's up to David. I haven't seen David in a
Oh,
while, so
okay,
it's good to
okay.
see him on. What's up,
All good,
Dave?
What's up, brother? Long time, long
all
time.
good, all good.
And
Yeah,
I wanted to make a brief statement about Caitlyn because it's like the haters of Caitlyn need to make up their mind. Is she good and is she the face of the league, or is she not as good as everybody is saying? Because you can't have it both ways.
yes,
You can't
agreed.
shit on her and then say, "Oh, she ain't that all that," and then now you complaining that she's not showing up because that's hurting the league. Well, which one is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mm.
I
Facts.
mean,
Yeah.
don't her stats show that she's that
The,
person?
They should be getting down on their hands and knees
yeah,
and thinking this chick is even in the league.
yeah,
Right.
Word.
yeah, yeah,
Use
Don't
that
mess up the grade.
opportunity instead of hating on her. Use that opportunity to show what you can do.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Agreed, agreed,
Facts.
Don't
agreed.
mess up the gravy train. Don't mess
Yeah,
up.
That's
that's stupid.
What's up, Dom?
What up, guys?
what's up.
Oh, big dog.
There he is. There he
I
is. As you,
forgot. I forgot it was my. I forgot it was my night to buy. So we had. We
wait,
had.
what?
We went out for dinner.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I mean,
Nothing
who?
wrong with that.
First of all, not to get up. I'm too old to be eating this late. Serious. I must have ate about this much food and put the
Mm,
shit in the box.
yeah, dog.
I hear you. I hear you. I had to keep
But
the
I
wife
see. I
happy.
see what y'all are talking about. Cheryl Swoops reminds me of, and forgive me, he came around, and y'all remember Oscar Robinson. Oscar
Mhm.
couldn't stand the next generation for whatever
Mm,
Mhm.
reason, whether it was the money,
Hmm.
the shine they were getting. But Oscar finally came around. He's a normal dude now.
he's
But
in the
y'all
hood.
remember Oscar was always that bitter beer guy with the funny face and didn't like this, didn't like that. But that's how
Mm,
some of these people are with this girl. I mean,
yeah,
Cheryl Swoops, yo, you know what? Y'all had 27 years to get your shit together
Yeah.
pre Caitlin Clark. I'm
Mhm.
talking about y'all, the league itself, their marketing program. It's funny, guys. I always say, I remember when we had a conversation about the WNBA, and they were in the red for 26 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now you find you a golden goose. Don't give me she never won before. Either did Jordan. Jordan won a championship in college. Everybody beat him up his first, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And
The
then he
70s. Yep.
became the guy, the champ, the GOAT, whatever you want to call him. I mean, let it go. Y'all ain't waiting on the back of the line to get on airplanes no more. You're selling out arenas.
Right.
I'm not saying she's the sole reason.
Right.
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
Mm.
I don't know. But the proof is in the pudding, guys.
Yeah.
So now you got this good thing going on. And you got the Cheryl, and this has been going on with Cheryl Swoops for like 2 years now, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
about to bring
Yeah.
that up.
This just
Exactly.
didn't happen. We had these conversations with my boy Frank Isola
Mm-hmm.
on the starting lineup. And I'd be
Right.
the only one to chime in and say, you know what? Can I say it's can I pull the race card? Can I say that? You can't hear me?
No, that's
Yeah.
that's Av. He has some issues over there.
No,
Mhm.
I told Frank Isola and them, can I pull the race card? I'm not saying it's true, but
Yeah.
it's a
Right.
coincidence, that
Right.
all of a sudden nobody likes this girl. I mean, hey, let your conscience be your guide. But we
And
all
see,
know that things have gotten a little better. And she's not the only reason, guys. She was the spark. Don't get it
Right.
twisted.
Mm-hmm.
But now
Yeah, I
Yep.
hear you. I hear you.
enjoy it, guys. Y'all are out the red. Y'all got something good going on.
Right.
And
Yep.
leave it at that.
Wow.
Leave it at that.
that's
And
Anybody
I'll
that
say this, guys.
brings
I am not a fan. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just hear the news and all of the yik yakking and all that
Listen,
Cheryl Swoop shit. So I'm
before
guilty. I don't support it.
Dom, before Caitlin Clark, half of the people couldn't even spell WNBA.
And you had
that's
the
what
4
I'm
letters.
that's the perspective that I'm looking at it from. It's like anybody that brings the butts to the seats, what are you
Yeah.
complaining
Yeah.
about? Shut the fuck
Exactly.
up and play
Yep.
the game. Let people, if you're so good, let people know how good you are because they'll
Right.
pay attention to you.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
that's why I don't even take her seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I always take it as she's trying to get her shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a real basketball critique. You
Yeah.
No.
know, like she's not sitting in there going, eat, what I'm saying, average this and shots this and la this. She's hating.
Hating. Big
Like
time.
it's mostly hate, and that's the most disappointing thing about it,
Yeah.
right? Which is that you know what I'm saying, you can't come to the table intelligently and state your case,
Mm,
pro and con. You know what I'm saying, without it ending up sounding 90% personal.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
it's
My
insane.
Well,
biggest problem is that it's these extremes end of the spectrum. It's
Mhm.
like either you respect her and say she's a good player, or it's the extreme where now niggas is like, oh, you can't even foul the chick. It's like he gets fouled and they crying racism. It's like it's one extreme of the other. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's
you know,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
you know what they say, guys. At the end of the day, I always say this: numbers don't lie. People lie with numbers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Proof
There you
is in
go.
the
Mhm.
pudding. Again, we've
Hmm.
had these conversations for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
When are they going to get out the red? 26 years in the red,
Yeah. Well,
spinning their wheels, trying to create this and that and this and that, new teams,
I gotta
new
tell you.
areas.
Yeah. I gotta tell you. I've said for a while now, and Hollip, you can back me up with this.
Hmm.
I have yet to see. Now to this day, I'm not sure, but previously, before Caitlin Clark, I have never seen a woman.
There we go. I do it. There you go.
Huh? Never seen a woman with a WNBA T-shirt. Because as guys, we
They
Mets, Yankees, this, that.
they
I
hate.
Right.
have never seen a woman walking around New York City with a shirt, and it
I
could
Is
be
it
agree.
game day.
That's
yo
the
Is
hypocrisy.
it
That's
is it
the
It'd be like
controversial?
wearing a Kansas City hat. Oops.
All right. All right. Is it controversial to say that they're full of shit? Is it
Yeah, thank
controversial to
you.
say that at this
Yeah,
point?
it is controversial, but you know what? It's true as well.
It's true.
So
Right.
it's true.
Right.
This show is built on controversy. Don't worry.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
As a matter of fact, let me get in somebody's this
I,
one here. No,
I
right
love
out
Bill Burr, man.
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
right out
Yeah.
the
My God.
box.
My
This is
God.
a no. This is a no. Angel Reese deserving of her own sneaker line. Reebok. Okay, where do I begin with this?
I say yeah.
I say yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
I say
really,
yeah.
Yep.
And
really.
okay, so
Well,
let me let me let me
I
let me
think deserve is a strong word. It's like every time I hear that, I think of that Clint Eastwood movie. Deserves got nothing to do
so
with it.
let
Yeah.
me let me
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
let me rock for a quick
Oh,
sec, right? So
please do,
all
please.
right. So if we acknowledge and understand all of what Caitlin Clark is and why, right? And I said all, right? The controversy, the numbers, her play, right? Her benevolence or her stand upness in not taking the bait, right? Shorty is the catalyst to all of that, right? To most of that, except her numbers, right? And even you know what? That's not even true either because it was their gameplay in college that was the catalyst to all of this, right? You know what I'm saying? So again, right? When we talk about deserve, right? We going, she's a bum. She only rebounds. She can't shoot. She ain't got this, right? But yet her name comes right after Caitlin Clark's. In WN, we don't give a fuck about no WNBA, right? But the public, right? After you talk about Caitlin Clark, you talking about her, right? Give me my shoe deal.
Is she gonna sell shoes?
She probably won't, not one, right?
You don't
She
think
might,
so?
guy.
Uh,
She
You
might.
don't think she will?
I think they make more. I think they make more money saying that she got a shoe deal.
Hold up. Let
America.
me let me let me let let me
I
let
don't
Av
think
get in.
I don't think they plan on selling a whole bunch of shoes with her name on it. You know what I'm saying? I think the fact that the public know she got a shoe deal, we on red spot right now talking about it, and that's publicity right there. That's promo right there. So
Mm,
we done
So who
achieved
gonna
what we did, right? So my thing is for her. Yeah, look, give her a shoe deal. If I'm gonna be your whipping post, give me my shoe deal. You know what I'm saying?
my question
Give me
is who's
something.
gonna be wearing the
What?
shoes? The dudes
Eh,
gonna be wearing the
Nobody.
shoes because the
eh,
girls ain't wearing them.
It's
If the
Nobody.
it's the
girls don't
if
even
dude.
wear
the
the t-shirts. What the
It's the
hell?
dudes wearing the t-shirt.
We just
if,
said
They don't
that.
even wear the
It's
Nobody
t-shirts.
it's
don't
it's
get no
the,
if
it's the
shirt.
if
dudes wearing the
Lonzo
t-shirt.
Ball and them can sell shoes, why can't she?
And
Mm,
There you go.
not to say
There you go.
that, Reg, but America loves drama.
Yes. Right.
yes.
Think about it. Think about
Right.
it. People in other countries laugh at us because 75% of the households in our country watch reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
We're the laughing stock throughout the globe because
Mm-hmm.
of that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Americans love drama, and you know what? It's gonna be like a see, I got you. She got Caitlin Clark got this, she got that. God bless both of y'all.
Right.
Because
Hmm.
guess what? Here we go again, guys. Your league is winning. Y'all are finally
Uh,
winning. Who
You
gives
know,
a
Yeah.
shit
so
who's wearing the shoes? Like you said, when's the last time you saw somebody wearing a Liberty jersey?
I
Somebody
can't.
said that mic. That mic.
About
Hey,
2 hours ago for me, I actually saw one on the train.
Really? Really?
God bless you. I,
She
Oh
was,
wow,
what
you
up?
should have
What
took
up,
a
Al?
picture of that.
and she was wearing a pair of Sabrina Ionescu's, the new Saps. That shoe is actually selling. Not as much, of course, as a pair of Jordans still, but it's making its rounds among some of the
Mm.
let's just say the Caucasian persuasion.
You should have took a picture. That's like a Bigfoot sighting.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've actually been to a few Liberty games. I actually went to like two or three last year. I was hoping to go to the championship, but of course, that didn't work out that way. But the Liberty are starting. I am starting to see it. Obviously, it's not as prevalent as as like a Knicks or even a Nets jersey, but they are wearing them. It's just
Mm.
like it doesn't. First of all, the colors suck. I mean, it's teal and black, and they're all unisex. So dudes are not just that prevalent in wanting to wear a New York Liberty jersey. But I saw a girl wear one, and she was wearing the Sabs, and I was like, oh, I recognized them because I just saw I just saw the ad for it in my inbox. But that's about it.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Let me take this
Yeah.
time to bring into the show the bishop and also Steve. Your mic, both of you guys, mic is live. How are both of you doing tonight? Excuse me.
Hey, good evening, man. What's up? How you doing, RJ? How you
Um,
doing?
Everything's good.
You,
What's up?
Peace.
What's
Peace.
up?
Bishop,
Peace.
Big Steve. Yo, listen, man. I grew up with Epiphany Prince Forward, and
Hmm.
I
Mm.
still don't rock no Liberty joints. You understand what I'm saying? I, as I seen that little girl grow up, I seen her bust plenty of dudes' ass on the basketball courts in the
Yep.
projects. I have not to this day worn no Liberty. I put up, you know what I'm saying. I support and all that, but it's not that it's not her. Angel Reese getting a contract is about saying she got a contract. You know
Okay.
what I'm
All
saying? Whatever young girl who aspires to be, and I want a Cheryl, I want an Angel Reese, a pair of Angel Reese kicks, all fine and good. Unless they become collector's items, ain't nobody buying it. It's not,
right.
A
and
lot
I don't even
of
think
Reeboks,
she
anyway, who gives a shit? The Reeboks, they're going to be in the bargain bin within a week anyway.
right.
Nah.
There you go. There you go.
I mean,
Modell is
my
Modell still open?
Modell.
nah
Only
nah.
online. Online, I think.
You know what though? My thing is like I see this chick. To me, she's more known for showing that donkey than anything else.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy is right. Oh boy is right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're
No,
not.
because
Yeah.
you know what, Art? It was not again, not that long ago. We had a show, and
You-
I didn't say it like in jest, but it's to me, only me. It seemed
Right.
like she was more interested in her social media platform
Bam.
than. And you know what? God bless you. If that's what you can. Again, guys, this is America. We we abuse shit to the fullest, just like social media,
Right.
just like commercials, just like watching the shit show called ESPN. We
Hey,
love this. We Americans love drama.
how
So
yeah.
I got one question. I got one question.
Yeah. Mm.
I got a question for Don.
yes, sir.
You seen
Is
our
that
girl lately?
Reggie?
Yes.
What's up,
You,
Reg? I'm sorry, I
you
didn't hear the
seen our
question,
girl
Reggie.
lately?
Who?
You know
You
who.
know. See, I never know where he's going with
Wait a
this.
minute. What did he say? I'm sorry.
I
Did I?
said, have you seen our girl lately?
No. Who's our girl?
He's
Am I
playing
missing
dumb.
something? Did I miss a text one morning? Or
You know our new NBA host?
He's
Ooh,
talking about Taylor.
There you go.
oh, my
Oh,
girl. Oh no, stop! Don't you ever? That's
see,
blasphemy. Don't you ever?
that's why he didn't know who you're talking about because you said ours.
Yeah, exactly. She's mine.
That's his.
Oh Lord.
That belongs to Dom.
But I will say this, guys. I will say this, and I'm gonna stick by my guns. This is an upgrade, whether y'all like it or not. For you old heads that think ESPN and that another shit show on TNT, if y'all don't think this is an upgrade, hey, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not that old. Maybe I do like change and something
Mm.
different, something new. Because I just got tired. I told y'all once before, I heard somebody on one of these NBA radio shows. The guy brought up a good point. He was like, does Shaq and Charles, do they spend too much time degrading the players in the NBA? Are they actually
sure,
hurting the league more than they're helping?
sure.
And I listened to it, Reg, and I was like, hmm. Everybody thinks it's a joke because they sound whenever you can hear what the hell they're saying. But everybody looked at it as a joke. But I looked at it like, damn, man, they've been doing that shit for years.
Yes,
Dogging Reg, dogging R.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Uh,
I thought your job was to lift the league up.
Yep.
That
Wait, Dom, do you think that that's what they thought their job was? Do you think they really care?
No,
No,
not at all, Dave. That's what I
Yeah,
was gonna
Mm.
say
no,
next.
yeah,
They don't care.
no.
They
And
don't
Mm.
them
care.
joking,
Again,
them joking had a lot to do
yeah.
with who they were too, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I dominated in the league, so I could
right.
talk about you like that, which
Shaq,
was corny, which was
Shaq's 53 years old, still talking about punching somebody in the face.
right,
Yeah.
right.
You're 53 years old, man.
And the younger kids never saw Shaq play.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Yo,
53
you
years
Mm.
see
old.
what
Shaq
Shaq
can talk that shit though. Be honest with you, he could talk that shit. Him and Barkley, honestly.
Right, but
I'm
that's
I'm a firm believer. If you one of those athletes, you did your thing in the time in the league, you can get on that studio set and talk your shit. Now I don't watch those guys, but if
Mhm.
they backed up they play when they during their playing day, so I'm cool with that. I'm really not cool with a lot of the dudes who hadn't played. They got a lot of mouth. I don't listen to none of these clowns. So you
Well,
guys
that's
bring it up.
true
I'm
too.
just listening.
I
Mhm.
That's
that
gave up a
that,
that
long. I
that
gave up a long
Holmgren,
time ago,
True.
yeah,
Steve.
True.
hey,
True.
that Chet Holmgren came on there and talked about, for more words or less, he said Shaq wouldn't have dominated in
Right.
this league, and I was like,
Well,
you,
who
you
said that shit?
smoking ball, you smoking coconut leaf, man. What do you
I
what do
want
you?
some of that Cali weed he's smoking.
That's what
yeah,
I said.
yeah,
I, I,
yeah.
Mm.
I was like, that's some young dumb
But
shit.
but you know what? You know what? There's a lot of that because there's a
Mm.
lot of young dumbness because it goes both ways though. Because the younger people feel that the older ones don't respect them, and so they feel like, well, you old.
Because they don't. They honestly don't.
They don't. But
Mhm.
if you talk to young people, I work with a lot of young people, and I have to be very careful when I talk, particularly their music. Listen, I
Yeah,
think their music is trash, and I and
right.
I and I walk around the cafeteria and I
Like,
push the trash can over to their radio and say,
oh,
put it all in there. But
Wow.
but
Dave,
yeah,
I just want to ask you a
yeah,
quick question.
yeah,
Since you're in school,
yeah.
Mhm.
what sneakers do they have on their feet?
They
Jordans.
don't. They yeah.
You already know.
They have
They
they ever seen Jordan Pelly?
don't
no
None of them.
no.
they
But
so
it's a
connected.
fashion.
Yeah,
It's a fashion
yeah,
thing.
right.
But
It's
but
not the
but listen.
connect is not a respect level.
I'm gonna tell you that I'll never forget one time walking through the staircase and I saw a graffiti written on the wall. Now I'm in the building. The school that I work in is inside of Westinghouse High School, and
Yes.
so you think of you got Jay Z, you got Biggie,
Maybe
and somebody wrote on there.
plus the Browns too.
Yes, somebody wrote on there. G Herbo is better than Biggie and Jay Z, and
Fuck.
Wow.
and I thought that person, whoever wrote that, should have been suspended. But but they
Smoke,
Not
don't
for
have any
writing it, but
respect.
for writing it.
Yeah,
smoke
for
some
thinking it.
buttercream cookies they sell in the cafeteria.
Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, I was furious about it because I was like, these kids, how disrespectful. But they don't care about none of
Nope.
Right.
that. So,
Not at
Nope.
so,
all.
so the Chet Holmgrens and all that, these 20 somethings, some of them were raised in a way that they respect the older. But they're on a two-way street. If you don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. And that idea of respecting your elders, that went out with us. A lot
Yeah.
of them don't respect.
Yep.
Trust me, they don't respect us.
You
Yo,
know,
I
I'll
saw
just say
I
no.
saw
I'll just say no. He's absolutely right because you see, when we were coming up, we were taught to respect our elders first,
Right,
and we had to earn our respect. This younger generation, for whatever reason, feels that they're on equal or if not a higher platform than us,
yeah,
and
Mm.
then we have to earn their respect. And I'm like, that's not how it works. Everyone here has a resume of credentials and a list of accomplishments that they've encountered throughout life.
right.
But this generation, it means absolutely dick because all they care about is how many followers you got on Instagram.
Yep.
That's it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Agreed.
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Agreed.
And
You know,
that's
I
the
Crazy.
think,
reason why the music sucks because you don't have no standards. I
Ah,
Exactly.
remember, like before, like there's
right.
certain people, like there's certain things that I'm not gonna pander to. I don't give a fuck how young you are. If your shit is trash, it's trash. I ain't gonna sit there and pretend that the shit is good.
Right.
Bitch.
Like if I'm gonna show me your top MC, and I put on some Coogee rap and blow him out
Oh
the
my gosh.
fucking gates.
yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For sure.
So step your game up.
Hmm.
Mm. Throw the
You know,
gauntlet down.
you know.
And respect to those who do, because there are some young cats that actually you could tell that they study,
Right.
Yeah.
There's a few out there.
there's a few
There's
out
a
there
few out
that
there. I'm not
definitely
gonna lie.
will get my respect for that.
Right. Right.
You know, but most of them
This is
don't.
this is the generation that's going to change the world, but can't change a flat.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
It ain't about, like Av just said. It ain't about what you've done and what you've earned. It's like what you owe me. You owe
yeah,
me shit just
yeah,
because I'm breathing, just
yeah,
Mm.
because I'm here. You owe me. I'm on the IOU list, and you ain't did shit.
Well,
yeah,
So
good
Right.
how
luck
are
with
you on
that.
that list? Well, how did you get on that list?
Good luck
yeah,
with that.
Yeah,
This
Mm.
this is why I love this show. We can go from
yeah. From
yeah,
from sneakers.
yeah,
talking
Well,
shit about so
I'm gonna be a
huh?
little contrarian on this. It depends on the topic. So if you're talking about technology,
Mhm.
social media, that's kind of more of their lane. I think it's kind of. I'm not going to say people on this platform because this is YouTube, and I think YouTube is more our generation and older. When you're talking about TikTok, you're talking about
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know,
Instagram.
yeah, these Snapchats and all that. That's kind of more of their lane. So it kind of looks kind of weird when the older generation go to these platforms where the younger generation hang at. They left Facebook to go to these younger
yeah,
platforms, and there's going to be a new wave platform that's going to come out. They're
yeah,
going to to
Mhm.
hop on that. Then we're going to see all these older people
Mhm.
hop and follow the trend. So it all really depends what the topic, because the argument could be said both ways.
Well,
Mm.
I agree, and these young people are very savvy, tech savvy in a way that we
Right.
weren't.
Yes.
But
Right.
you have to understand too that when we were working and trying to take care of our families, they were on their phones because that's what they had. They had time that we didn't have, and
Exactly.
Mhm.
also there is scientifically, the younger you are, the quicker you pick things up,
Yes.
and so technology. These kids were 2 years old with cell phones in their hands,
Right.
and
Hmm.
they never develop that sense of, when you get older you sort of question, should I do this, should I do that? They just go with these things, so I'll give them credit for that, but I'm waiting for them to create something. They
Right.
are on
I,
platforms that other people created,
Yeah.
so
I,
now let's start creating stuff and then we can talk about
I was going to say that, Dave. Just because you're on a device, don't make you a tech genius. It don't make you Bill
No.
Gates. You're just
it. Right.
playing with equipment. That's all you're doing. We
Yeah.
don't. We think about this, guys. Our mentality. Just saying for shits and giggles. Our mentality is the same now as it would have been 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Where we enjoyed the tech, we enjoyed having iPhones,
Mhm.
iPads, and all, but that wasn't our life.
No.
Right.
We had shit we had to do. I know I did, but we
Yeah.
all did. We all had a job. So you couldn't just sit there all day.
Fumbling
And
around
I
with your
find it
goddamn phone.
astonishing, guys, that I'm seeing adults do this shit, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing
It's
something.
that it's that one it's
Maybe
that
I
wanna
am,
be
as Steve would say, to get off my lawn guy. But
What kills me sometimes, though, is that I think Dave just hit it on the head. Is that we had to do our research. What's crazy to me, and I have the same conversation with my kids. They can do the research on their fucking phone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We had an Encyclopedia Britannica. I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm coming off as I'm coming off as what is this? But Encyclopedia Britannica is now in your pocket.
Yep.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
do the same research. You can probably do more profound and extensive research, and can do it quicker. So it would behoove you, if you're a young person, watching this. First of all, God bless you for doing so, and congratulations, you graduated, and learning from us, because we actually have something to offer. Do a little bit of research about, like Dave just said, the hip hop generation of the '90s and the 2000s and the
Yeah.
2010s. Do some research about the culture back then. I mean,
Mhm.
back as the '60s if you
Av,
want, but come on now.
let me
Well,
tell
Av.
you,
But
man.
here's
well,
the crazy thing,
I
what you
I
just said,
remember that
Av. The
walk the
crazy thing
Grand
what you
Army
just said.
Plaza Library.
Av,
yeah.
I know,
I can't
God,
hear
we've
you,
had
Steve.
these conversations. Hey, you got to mute that mic, Av.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's see.
Crazy thing about what you said, it works both ways. Because Dom and I have had these conversations for years. We got grown adults who've lived longer than us, have access to the smartphone in their hands, and don't do the research.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
crazy how this
yeah,
shit works.
yeah, and
You
there's
have
a fear of it.
you have people who are stuck in their ways who 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus, live longer than most of us
Yeah.
and still won't do the research. And they
Right.
got the smartphone in their hands. So it
Well,
kind
Like
of works both ways.
it
like
does. It does. Can I
You
like
just
talking
drop
about
this?
my father right now.
Let me.
like
I
they
can send
said
my
though,
father a
Dave.
text right now. He won't know what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because the device is smart does not
Ah,
make the holder of
The
said device
user, right?
smarter.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Let me just
listen,
Exactly.
let me just
it's
drop
really
this. Let me just
yeah.
drop this in there real quick. So I work now with a lot of young people, 20 somethings, and this is not to knock them because they weren't taught it, but I've had them come to me, and I'm not joking, and ask me which side of the envelope do I put the stamp on. How do I? What do
Yeah.
I put? They've never been taught. We were in school. We were taught. I remember being in school, being taught
Mm-hmm.
how to write a letter, a
mhm,
personal letter, a formal letter, and how to sign it and do all those things. They
mhm.
don't know how to
Wow.
put a letter together and put it in an envelope. And where does the stamp go? And they asked me because but they asked me because they trusted me
Right.
that I wouldn't make them feel bad. So
Right.
so it does work both ways, and a lot of that it's exposure. And so they're very smart about some
Mhm.
things, but believe me, there are other things that they are clueless about that we take
Mm,
for granted. These kids today can't tell time on an analog clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Or,
can't.
Right.
Yeah,
or
they
writing script.
writing
Right.
script. You tell them to sign their name, they
Oh,
put some
Right.
scribble because they don't know what that means. They haven't been taught
Mm-hmm.
cursive
I
writing.
So,
Yep.
So
I
well,
can't wait till I get. I can't wait till I get to go to Dave's school one day.
oh
I
my
just want
gosh,
to walk
God,
around the
yeah,
halls
yeah,
like,
God, it's culture shock. It was incredible. Yeah,
so
because
like I try.
we talk about this all the time,
yeah,
man. But
Jesus.
putting the pieces together and like actually, and I'm not saying I'm sheltered. Don't get me wrong. I see enough
yeah. You've
retarded
seen
shit
enough
where
for
I live
all of
now.
us.
Don't get me
You've seen
wrong. But
enough
I
for
am
all of us.
from New York, and
Yeah,
for some reason, I think I'd lost that. Like 2 years ago, I think it was. No, last year actually. I finally went back to the Bronx, did that
Mhm.
Nick watch thing, and but I would love to just be in Dave's school like a fly on the wall,
oh, yeah.
What you gonna do, Don? What you gonna do if the kids put them in detention? What? Get off my lawn 100 times on the chalkboard, man?
I'm gonna put my foot in their ass.
Oh yeah,
Oh
oh yeah.
wow.
They need some of
Shit,
that.
Slow down the walk too long. Tap the
But
water.
talking about doing that in Westinghouse, man, you wilding.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wilding. You ain't gonna do
Listen.
that in Westinghouse.
not only did I grow
it's
up in a
it's it's
different era.
changed, live. It's changed.
Yeah,
Oh, has it? Yeah,
we all
gotcha.
grew up.
They're
We all grew
I'm
soft.
up
right,
in
I'm
different
right down the
They're
eras.
block in
soft.
Fort Greene, so I
I
know
know
about Westinghouse.
because the
I
real
can't do it,
gangsters don't
dog.
go to school.
Yeah.
It reminds me.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dave's school, it reminds me of like I hate to always bring this up. It reminds me of the day I got off the bus to go to basic training.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh.
7 years later, I'm the guy
Yeah.
watching them get off the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm
Oh
Mm.
Right.
like,
yeah.
wow, this is like fucking great. This is like the tale of two cities.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But my
Mhm.
mentality was I was older, of course, a little
Yeah.
older. And I just couldn't get myself to do the dumb shit, the yelling and screaming when they got off
Yeah.
the bus,
Yeah.
scaring the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sole goal was I went at a bad time, guys. Well, a good time to some. Anybody don't want to be here, raise your hand,
Hmm.
fall out to your left, my right. We're gonna get you home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the
That's
only
it.
thing I ever said to the kids getting off the bus.
Mm.
Yeah.
None of this. Grab your bags and.
Yeah.
But
I hear you.
I look now
Said I
at
did.
this younger generation, and I'm like, wow, this shit is fucking chaotic, man.
You can't say
Right.
nothing to these kids now. They're too sensitive.
Get the fuck off my bus. You got 2-1. Get the fuck up. I went bananas.
I couldn't do it, Av. I couldn't do it
Listen.
because it's funny because a friend of mine, I think I told you, me and him was in Texas, Germany, and then we both got selected for this shit. So we went to school. Our first, this guy was losing his mind. He's fucking walking in place. I can't wait till the bus stops. I'm like, ain't you down, Dom? I'm like,
Mm.
Oh man, I can't do that shit, Mo.
Yeah,
This motherfucker was so juiced. He's like, they did that shit to me. I'm like, that's the problem with
that's
the
the problem.
system, whether it's the army or the regular system. Just because you got treated a certain way.
Yeah.
Time out.
Off
Uh-oh.
the
We went unhinged, kind
We
of, sort
did.
of, a
We
little bit,
did.
a little something. But we're gonna
They-
get back on track, so we can
Oh,
do some more unhinged later, if you
there
don't
was
mind.
actually a track.
Yeah,
oh wow. I
yeah,
didn't
we get
even
back
know we
on
had
track.
other subjects.
Yeah, how about that exactly? I was like, damn, you just took over and shit. I was like, god damn.
that that track disappeared at Angel
It,
Reese.
I'm trying to
it
tell you,
really
it's
did.
because
Yep.
I should have brought up that chick. My bad. Anyway, getting back, Damian Lillard returning back to the Portland Trailblazers. My first
Oh,
impression, oh, man, what do I think about this?
when did
On
this happen?
Yeah.
today,
It's about to
Oh,
about to
okay.
retire.
Oh,
this happened
Okay.
today.
because that
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
ain't on
about
the
to
list of
retire.
subjects, is it?
I don't feel
yeah.
so bad then.
Actually,
Yeah.
I just added this. My bad. I just
Oh,
added
okay.
this.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Well, good for him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
loyal. He doesn't really obviously doesn't care about winning a chip. I gotta just say that because again, why would you go? Do they have any potential to actually win a championship in the next 3 years? I don't think
No.
so. I think that's a safe
No.
bet for me to say no. They do not. So you want to return back 3 years at 42 million back to the team that you originated from? You don't want to win. I'm sorry. I mean, you might love the organization, you might love Portland. Good for you. I'm happy for you, but just know that I know that you're not a winner. I'm sorry for
Can
So
saying
I
he
that.
ask a
left.
question? Can I ask
Good.
a question, R?
Good.
So he got released. I assume he got released,
Hmm.
and then he picked Portland.
He got so what ended up happening was that he got bought out
Yeah.
from Milwaukee, and they're gonna and the remaining what is it, $113 million deal that he has is gonna get spaced out over the next 5 years.
Right.
And then he signed a brand new 3 year, $45 million deal with the Portland Trailblazers, all getting paid by two teams. And this, of course, with him still rehabbing from the torn Achilles. So it's
Right.
kind of like I understand why it happened. I understand. First of all, he wanted to go back to Portland anyway to rehab the Achilles anyway, and Milwaukee denied him. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the fact that the Portland Trailblazers were willing to give him that kind of a deal and welcome him back, and kind of in an ironic situation, be teamed up with the guy they traded him
Right.
for. So now both Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard are on the same team after being traded for each other 2 years ago. I mean, all I can say is that you're absolutely right. He doesn't care about winning because first of all, why would you go west? Secondly, you had your pick of any team you wanted, but obviously nobody was willing to give you the money that Portland was willing to give you. So congratulations, Damian Lillard. You played yourself. But congratulations on the money.
So essentially, he left his wife. He went to the other chick,
Then there's
and
that.
then she said, "I'm done with you." And then his wife said, "Come on home, baby." All this for that.
By the way, I also have this other kid that I had with some other nigga, at the same time. But just take it your own.
Dave, you aren't talking sarcastically, right? You're talking.
I'm just no. This is the way I see it. This
Right.
is
Right.
No,
Right.
it's the
yeah,
way it happened, Dave.
yeah.
Remember,
Come home.
he
Yeah,
he
come
got he
home.
got to
No,
Milwaukee. He was
seriously,
hugging.
he's getting back. No, seriously, he's getting back with his wife because remember he broke up with
What?
his wife and got traded to Milwaukee, or it was
Right.
after
Wait,
he got traded to Milwaukee and then he broke
wait
up
a
with his
minute now.
wife. Then when they were married in Portland, so you're saying he got back with his wife? Or you're just saying analogically he's getting back with his old team?
Right.
Give him a week.
Help me out. Help me out, Dave.
He
There
just
might be a little bit of truth to both of it.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. No, I'm talking about his team.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
talking
All
not
right.
yeah,
not
but
his
yeah,
actual wife. I don't know
yeah,
anything
Yeah,
about
they
it
that
did.
personally.
actually did happen though. That's the crazy
That's
thing. That
crazy.
actually happened.
Oh, okay. I was just throwing
Wait a
it out
minute,
there
Steve.
as an
It
analogy.
did happen?
Steve, he went back to his wife.
So he got
Well,
back with his wife.
no, that was my question. He was using it as an
Oh,
analogy. I
Yes,
Right.
I
thought
use it as
Oh,
an analogy.
right.
Yeah.
it was actually what happened in real life. It was actually he got traded to Milwaukee. Then he broke up with his wife.
Right, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now
I
when
thought
he's
he
going
broke up
back,
with the
he's
wife
getting back
first,
with the
but
wife
whatever.
now. Is he going
No.
back with the wife now?
No.
I said, give him a week. He just got home.
So
Are you
Dave,
listening to the words
Dave,
coming out
Dave,
of our
Dave done,
mouths?
can I,
Dave done started some shit that we can't keep up with. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Jesus.
We
can I,
well,
can I,
I
Next
only said
subject.
it
Next
because
subject.
R said he was loyal. R called him loyal, so I said okay.
God damn it.
that's a
They're
question.
confused.
In the Latin community, we call that a pendejo.
Horrible. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So after this buyout from the Phoenix Suns, Bradley Beal signs with the Los Angeles Lakers. Does anybody really care about Beal?
I- how many games are there?
Somebody has a lot of feedback on their line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, the
bad.
feedback
Yeah.
is
It
bad.
sounds
Sorry.
like a livery service.
I
Yo,
know.
y'all are keeping Bishop awake.
And
Nah,
the
I'm
funny
good.
thing is,
I'm good. I'm good.
Bishop brings it up and it stops.
Yeah, I'm
That's why
Well,
good.
he
that's
can't
Well,
because
leave.
he left.
He
He
left.
left.
He left.
He'll
I've
be
left.
back.
Yeah,
He left.
yeah,
He'll be back
yeah.
though.
yeah.
So
So,
the whole Damian Lillard thing to me is he getting two paychecks. Why
right,
wouldn't you sign? Why wouldn't you
Ooh.
sign? I would have signed. I would have signed. I would have signed
early,
with the Washington Wizards. I
early,
say, yo,
early.
yo, you getting paid two paychecks. You still getting paid your Milwaukee money. Now you're
Right,
gonna get the Portland money, and
And
there's
you're
no
right,
not
pressure.
playing.
And there's no pressure for you to play.
You're not
right.
playing. Yeah.
You
Right.
could
My
you
Yeah.
could
Achilles,
be chilling
my
for the whole year,
right,
maybe another year. Maybe you come back at half a season this in year two, and then you got the option for year three.
right,
It's gravy.
Wow.
right.
Hmm.
I popped my Achilles. It rolled up to my knee. Right, you know what I'm saying? They dissed me. They threw me in the dumpster. Right, threw me in the dumpster. Gave me a happy birthday Bobby Bonilla contract. Right, and my hometown want to pay me 50 mil the rehab for a year and a half, right? Until
Listen,
because
he winning.
they got to wait a year and a half until
Yeah,
they what they got,
yeah,
and
he
you
winning.
gonna pay that?
You
What,
saying he ain't interested in winning? No, he winning to me.
He winning.
He
Yeah,
said he
no,
Yeah.
winning.
he
I
won.
said
He won, Bishop.
winning a championship. He's winning with the money. I
Uh,
get that.
yeah, he winning, dude.
we know you meant that, or y'all meant that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he's winning in life. He's he's winning in life. Like that's a life win. He getting 25 mil on top of what? You know what I'm saying? 15, 18 mil?
Yeah,
Another
it's like
18. He winning. He living life.
Well, he
That's
wasn't
he
winning.
that's
got the
double
largest.
that's double dipping for
Margarita
your ass.
That's the
doing
largest. He's got the
ladies
largest buyout in NBA history.
history.
He
Come on.
Largest buyout in NBA history from the Bucks,
Come on.
and then he get a chance to get more money
Come
from
on.
Portland.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That
Come on.
that
Come
that
on.
ain't a bad deal.
That's a
Remember,
win-win-win.
Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
remember when Alex Rodriguez was the first guy to get like 25 mil a year?
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
That
course.
seemed like
Yeah.
centuries ago, don't it?
Yeah.
Mm,
This
Yeah.
dude's this dude's gonna get almost that money. Not counting the money they already Milwaukee's giving him. He's gonna get almost A-Rod money to rehab,
To not play. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
not play.
Yeah.
mm,
Exactly.
That's my ring right there. He got his ring.
Oh
I mean,
shit.
we all want to fantasize that a dude want to give up his artery and a pinky toe for an actual ring, right? And that his honor and his conviction, with the sword glowing on top, like he got to get the ring. I'm like. He been done dirty a lot of times in this league, man. You know what I'm saying? I think this right here, he come off on top, and maybe in a year and a half, he might be a player that could go on another team and win a bench ring.
Mm. Wow. Maybe, yeah. I think his better days, just like the next guy we're gonna talk about. I think these guys can't see the forest through the trees. I know it's like Bishop said. Who would turn this down? You're double dipping for the next 3 to 5 years. Who's
mhm.
going to turn that down? I'm just curious to know, like, when is enough? It's like you try to convince people when you get to age 62, which we're all going to be soon. Damn, should I tap out now? Oh, but I'll get X amount of dollars if
Yeah.
I'm 64. But you're not looking at all the money you're giving back to the government. You ain't getting that shit back.
Mm.
Mm,
So
mm,
these guys are I guess hitting pay dirt. And with this buyout stuff, man, you Bishop nailed it. You can't beat this shit.
Yeah.
Homeboy's gonna sit on his couch, go to rehab a couple of hours a day, and
Mm-hmm.
make like $40 million.
And that's
Exactly.
it.
If,
Maybe
no,
maybe he can
I
hook up.
agree.
Maybe he can hook up with
Ooh,
Deshaun Washington and get the massages.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
you
oh.
have to.
uh,
Relax.
You just
Where's
had to
where's
go there,
Washington
didn't
You
you?
playing
had
now?
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cleveland, Cleveland. No.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Somebody gave me that kind of money. Maybe I could finally make it to Planet Fitness or something like that. 'Cause
You ain't lying.
oh,
I heard it's pretty inexpensive to go there.
yeah. Listen,
I'll go.
it's
I'll
not the money that
go.
costs. It's the time and effort and getting up and
Yeah,
stuff.
I ain't
Yeah.
got neither one.
Yeah.
shit, I heard that. What about this next one, guys? Moving on.
Mhm.
Y'all heard about this?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
bro.
saw it.
Yeah. Bleacher Report had a top 100 NBA players, and Kobe came in at number 11. Now,
Oh,
I
number 11. I thought
understand.
you said number 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah,
I thought it said 1, 2. I'm just
nah,
reading
nah,
it.
nah.
Oh,
No,
okay,
Yeah.
this is
okay.
number 11.
Okay. All right.
Okay, okay.
I'm with
There's
you,
some, a
Steve.
little bit, there's some outrage, but I understand. And at number 10 is Steph Curry, by the way.
So
Oh,
so
what?
so so uh, you saying out of all the NBA players,
Yeah.
out of every single NBA player, so
Yes,
there's some people that would have Michael Jordan at number 4 or 5 because
this is true.
if you look at all of the people who've played in the
Yeah.
NBA and all of the reigns and all of the
Hmm.
accomplishments, and he's not even the most accomplished.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the most
Understood.
adored as far
Hmm.
as like what he brought to the game, his charisma, and the thing that we innately come with, which is that spirit and that soul,
Yeah.
and that has basically captivated millions of people across the world from just bouncing a basketball. But
Mm.
as far as like the most perennial player or the best player of all times, he's not even in the top 3.
Hey, Reg, who's
Yeah.
the other 10?
That's
Um, Give me a second.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can
So they
find
got
it.
Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem at the top three.
Yeah, yeah.
that's about right. That's still right. That's right.
Well, that depends on who's making the list. Who's making the list? Because
Right, right.
again, it's like, yo, you got somebody with 11 rings. He's got to be pretty high up on the
You gotta
list.
be, but
Then
that's what I'm
it's,
saying.
then it's Magic, Bill Russell, and Shaq.
Mm.
Yeah, some people might have Bill Russell at like number
yeah.
2. He got
Yeah.
11 rings, so that
But
means it's just about every time he went to the finals,
Tommy
it was
sneeze,
a
you
deal.
got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then we could throw Robert Ory in there again.
Yeah,
Well, you got to
Yeah,
throw
see?
Robert Ory got how many rings? 6 rings?
7.
7
7.
rings.
Yep.
yeah.
Got
So it's
7
like
rings.
it depends on who's making the list,
Yeah.
and it's
I
like
think to Bishop, to your point
Dennis,
though,
Tim
Bishop,
Duncan,
I think
Trey
it's
Burke, and Will Chamberlain, and then of course we know Steph Curry's number 10.
Right.
oh, but I think to Bishop, your point, I agree with it in terms of Jordan. Um, Jordan is the most synonymous with winning, while
hmm
he's not the most winningest. And so when you think of the winning as far as the NBA, people talk about Jordan because of all the other parts of it, the competitiveness and so
Right, right,
forth. And
right.
so when you want to say synonymous with winning, that's where Jordan comes in, but he's not the winningest, of course.
No,
and the
no.
crazy part is
Can I
like
ask you a question?
he was a loser before he was a winner.
Yeah,
He lost a lot before he
Yes, he did.
actually
Yes,
won.
he did.
And people always forget that part when they are making the comparisons or talking about LeBron. Yo, Jordan lost a lot of games. He lost a lot before
He
he
didn't
He
actually
lose
never,
in the
won.
he ain't losing
finals,
no
bro.
slouches
He
Can I
either. He
didn't
lost to
lose in the
some great
finals.
teams. It ain't like he lost to some
Yeah,
slouches.
can I
Listen,
ask you
yeah,
a
but
question?
again, it's all relative.
Draymond Green is higher than Earl Monroe.
okay.
What?
Yeah,
Somebody,
Serious?
yeah,
What?
somebody
You
spoke.
talking
James
shit.
Harden is
You
higher
talking
than
shit.
Walt Frazier.
Somebody spoke.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is what whose list is this? Whose
We're,
list is
we're,
this?
we're talking about somebody who
Bleacher
probably never
Report.
saw Earl
So
Monroe
who
play.
Bleacher
Can I?
Report Bleacher
Yes,
Report
yes,
is
Bishop.
probably
Yeah.
a bunch of like yuppies
Probably.
who are making up.
Can I ask a slightly different question?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Go right ahead.
And I would like everybody to answer this. Who's the best basketball player you've ever seen?
Mm,
It depends on what you like.
right.
Wow.
'Cause some people would say Steph
I
Curry because he's one of the greatest shooters ever. Some people would say Dr.
No,
J
I'm
because
talking
he's
about
one of the
what
most
you like. You.
athletic.
right.
Right,
But I'm
right.
saying it depends on what you like. So it's hard. It's so
What you
But
like, Jay?
You.
but he's asking who's the best player you
You
like.
like
Okay, I could answer the question.
personally.
Jerry West. Jerry West is and I'm a Knicks fan, but to me, Jerry West was always the greatest player I ever saw. And the second greatest player I ever saw was his teammate, Elgin Baylor.
Mm.
These guys were dropping 40 and 30 on people. And you got a bunch of James Hardens and Paul Georges ahead of these guys. Get out of here. I don't
Well,
care who's making the list. You got to have some sort of criteria to this list. Because
well,
again,
well,
to Draymond Green being ahead of Earl Monroe, is it just about rings?
It's no, but you see, it's also depending on. I think age has a lot to do with it because
Right.
if you think about Bleacher Report, and we were just talking about this a few minutes ago. The technology and who's the whiz kids and who's popular. So Bleacher Report, I'm not saying that that they're probably like age discriminate, but they're probably age inappropriate. If that's
Mm.
they're probably not well versed into the great players of the '70s and the '80s, and
Right.
when it comes to the '90s, they know Michael Jordan and maybe one or two other players. And
it's a bunch of weed smoking yuppies that
Yeah. But
decided they
again,
want to come up
synthetic
with
weed
a
smoking up.
list.
Get it right. Synthetic weed smoking. I
synthetic,
like
Yeah,
yeah,
a
but
Anybody
bunch
else
to
want to
want
go?
but
yeah. So,
listen,
Anybody want to go next?
well, let me.
To Av's point, why don't they just break it down into generation or
Yeah.
70s,
Generation.
80s,
That's
90s?
not fun, Dom. We got apples and oranges, Dom. We got this. You
No,
know what
I'm
I'm
saying
saying?
Well,
because there's no
It's the
way,
crazy list, but we talking about it. That's the point.
but
yeah,
because
Right.
there's
The
no
whole
way,
the whole
there's
point
no
is to
way
get a
to do
reaction out of us, and they're
right.
doing a
and
job.
they're
We're
doing the
talking
Of
job.
about it.
course, of
But let
course.
me
But
holler.
to the point is,
Yeah.
it's never gonna be level to like what Av is saying. These
I
guys don't
agree.
know shit before 1990, or some of them
No. I
2000.
think you're missing the
2000.
point. I think you're missing the point, Dom. It's what the point is. They're gonna throw out anything against the wall and see if it sticks, and we're
Oh, we
talking
know
about
that
it.
part,
That's the
yeah.
point. That's the point. It
But
really. I don't
again,
care. I don't think
can
they care about the list. Honestly, I think
right?
they
But
got trying to get reaction.
can you use
uh,
a
It's
little
clickbait basically.
intelligence?
to
It's
answer
Nobody's
your
clickbait,
asking
question,
Dom.
you to
Holler,
be
I'm gonna
Dom,
say
it's a psyop. It's clickbait. That's the point.
right. But even with that being said, Steve, can't you just be a little creative? Because how the
Dom,
hell? Again,
it's
I know what you're
middle of
saying.
July. Ain't
They
shit
probably
going
did.
on. Dom, it's middle of
Right?
July. Motherfuckers is bored, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a whole new list next week and see how we're
Yeah.
gonna react next week.
Well, let me just throw a name out there for me answering holler. If I'm looking back over it, I would say Magic Johnson.
Mm,
Mm.
Wow.
not a
Now,
bad. Not a bad.
during the time when I was
I agree.
impressionable, and watching him, he looked like he not only was he skilled, but he looked like he had the most fun doing it and made everybody else around him have enjoy it and better for it. And so in watching him, he seemed like a complete package for me to in terms of having such a skill set and making
mm,
all of around him better. So
Mm.
so he may not be the greatest, but if I had to throw a name out there, Magic would be right there at the top
Hmm.
of my list.
Mm. Okay.
But it's
and
also about
I'm
the signature moments. Like Magic's signature moment to me is the game he clinched in Philadelphia to win the finals. Like you
okay.
Oh
gotta.
yeah, yeah.
It's to me the signature moments go a long way. So when I think about Kobe Bryant, it's the 81-point game versus the Raptors in 2006. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it, the prime of his career or early on in his career, he had Shaq. We were just talking about Shaq 20 minutes ago.
All right.
I mean, to me, that overshadowed a lot of what Kobe did of his greatness because of Shaq. But then there was those years when Shaq wasn't there.
Right.
That's where I think Kobe's legacy kind of got hurt when the Mavericks were beating him, the Suns were smoking him, blowing him out, and then until Odom and Gasol got there and Andrew Bynum. So to me, even when they showed up, Kobe only had one good game against the Celtics in the finals. That was game 4 on the road. The other games, he shot like shit.
Mm.
So Kobe's your dude. That's your favorite.
So,
Kobe,
yeah.
I like Kobe.
Lower.
So he's probably like 8, 9, 10 on the list for me. But
Okay.
when I look at his signature moments, he like in big games, like he didn't really deliver in the final. Those 2 rings he got, that was Bynum and not Bynum, yeah, Bynum, Odom, and Gasol got him the rings that in that rematch. He didn't dominate that series. It was
Mm.
those role players that took the banner. Usually series
So
like that, Jordan dominates. Magic had his signature game. Shaq was dominating against the Nets and the Pacers. But when I think of
Remember,
Kobe, I don't see that in the biggest of moments. He had Shaq's coattail to ride on, and then he had those years in the mid 2000s where they were getting bounced from the. This is Smush Parkers and all that. They were getting
that's
trounced.
that's the reason
They
why
were
I
getting,
changed the question to who is the best player
so
in
so I
your
used
opinion
yeah, I
Mhm.
used
Jordan.
for you?
I used to watch
Can I say something?
It's Jordan.
I used to watch the Rockets, right? And
Mm.
back in the time when like Hakeem Olajuwon was doing stuff that like no other big man was doing, and he was destroying everybody that came in front of him.
Oh,
Everybody,
mhm.
everybody. He was
Yeah,
destroying. He was
yeah,
embarrassing, destroying everybody. And it
yeah.
was like, yo, that was something. And I'm like, yo, like we'll never see another player like that again.
No.
No.
Well,
We'll
well,
never
Okay.
see
well,
another player like that
my
again.
my
He destroyed Patrick Ewing. He
No.
Ooh.
embarrassed,
Hey.
Hey.
destroyed
he,
Patrick
But
Ewing.
he did.
come
His
on,
He's
fault.
not
He gave him
being
a
but
fucking
headache.
honest. He's not being
to
fucking honest, okay?
to
Don't do that.
Bishop to
Don't do
Bishop's
that.
point,
Do
everybody remembers John Starks can't throw the ball in the ocean,
Yeah.
but some of us other than me and Bishop probably
that.
remember Hakeem schooling Patrick Ewing for
He did not school him. He did not
7
do that.
games. I
He did
mean,
not do
Dude,
just
yo,
Well,
He
he
What
might
are
worked
have
you
he was
out.
a
won.
talking
long pack,
about,
don't get me
Lodge?
wrong.
He
Might have
worked
won.
out.
He might have won. He wasn't schooling this motherfucker. Listen, man, it's blasphemy right now. You understand?
Can I
And
chime
only
in?
got
Okay,
Dude,
that's
go
the
back
real
and
way
watch
you talking.
go back
I ain't going to touch it.
go back
oh,
and watch the
I gotta
highlight.
ask you, what is it? Where was Hakeem on this list in the top 100? Where was Hakeem Olajuwon on this list?
I don't
That's a good question because I don't even see him in the top 20. That's for
That's
Yo,
sure.
crazy.
No, you ain't in the
That's
top 20.
crazy.
Yo,
Take a look at it.
Not
First
top
can
20.
list.
Go watch
yo,
go
Listen,
watch the
Hakeem
highlights.
is the only guy that I could think of. And it was 86. He gave it to Kareem. They knocked the Lakers out of the playoffs. Him and Ralph
Yeah.
Sampson, 86.
Yep.
And then he
Okay.
gave it to Shaq in the finals. He like
Yep.
Uh,
live. It is true. We're Knicks fans. We got to keep it. We got to keep it a buck. He
Yeah.
did give it to Jordan a lot. And my favorite moment out of all of them, when he destroyed David Robinson's MVP year. He
whoa, whoa,
destroyed him.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on now. Hold on.
It's a
yes,
yo,
truth.
can we hear me?
Hold
Can you hear
on.
me?
yes.
He
Hold
Yeah,
on.
did.
yeah,
Now I
you're
got
good,
to get
Roman.
like
You're
live
good.
now.
yo, R,
Robinson was the MVP. Remember, he had like the
Yep.
71 points to get
I
him the scoring title, and then they ran
unfor-
into the
Yeah.
Rockets. He
Unfortunately, I
destroyed
remember it
David
all too
Robinson. He
well.
embarrassed him. He embarrassed
yo,
David
David
R.
Robinson.
Robinson was my guy. But to answer your question, Hollop, I'm gonna go with opposite of what Dave said. He said Magic. I'm gonna say Bird.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
I'm gonna
mm.
say because again, he did have a nice team around him, but he was the engine that made them go.
Right. No,
You
that's
know,
true. Yeah.
he was the engine that made them go. And as much as we dislike Bird because he played for Boston, if that's what I'm gonna say. He played
Mm,
for Boston.
mhm.
He gave it. He
Yeah.
remember the East back in that time. He had to go through Milwaukee, Philly, New York. Magic and them only had to go through who in the West? I'll wait.
Mm.
Nobody.
At
Nobody.
that time, yeah. People forget.
Right.
During
You
That's
that
have to
true.
time,
take
so
who's the one
Can I,
that
it
brought
can I
up
jump in?
Hakeem?
Me.
Who's
Bishop.
me?
Bishop.
Bishop.
He's number
Bishop.
12, Bishop.
12?
oh
Yeah.
wow
Yeah. So when
he's after
when
Yo,
Steph.
but I'm saying
yo, R.
when
Yeah.
Boston was
Wow.
in their prime, you got to remember like each of those series, like of their big three, because there was a big three back then. There was a big
Right.
three back then. This is not a new phenomenon.
Hmm.
What they were smart about doing is they would exploit the mismatch. If they didn't
Mm,
have anybody to guard Kevin McHale, they went through Kevin McHale.
mm,
Just like he worked out. If they
mm,
didn't have anybody to guard the Chief, yo, they went through him. If they didn't have anybody to guard like DJ or they focused in on, then Danny Ainge and DJ, these
mm,
guys stepped up. So it was
mm.
like they played smart basketball and they won a lot of games that they shouldn't have won just because they played high basketball IQ basketball. That's
Right.
pretty much
Yo,
it.
And
And
I
R.
it's like,
Yes,
Mm.
yes,
and I
sir.
think that's what kind of
I
separated
wanted.
Bird with his IQ, his passing skills, his shooting
yeah,
skills. He
and
could
it's
still
never quit,
rebound the ball.
never quit, never quit,
Yeah, yeah, and he
never
never
quit.
quit. And you know what, guys? He only played what 13 years,
Mhm.
just like Jerry West. If
Mm.
you look at Jerry West's numbers, guys, for somebody that only played 14 years
Mm,
without a 3-point line, when we talk about greatest shooters, somebody needs to go and look at Jerry's percentage. And he didn't have a 3-point line, and he didn't play that long, and he suffered from depression and all this other shit. If you ever read the book, it's a really good book. But he suffered from a lot of stuff, deaths in his family, and then to become the executive he became. But I'm just talking about his playing career. He didn't play a long time, guys. If I'm not mistaken, he scored 20 something thousand points in 13, 14 years with one hell of a shooting percentage.
mm.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not because
Yo,
y'all do know the story about the logo, right? He didn't know he was the logo.
You
Somebody
say
took
he,
a silhouette and come to find out it was Jerry West. He never knew he was the logo
That's
Mm.
crazy.
until years later. Somebody, hey man, remember that? Because again, guys, we could all be Knicks fans. The Knicks did have a good team. Actually, they won it. But Jerry West was giving Clyde, who was probably the greatest defensive player ever at guard, he was
It's
giving Clyde fits. Straight. Some of us are probably too young, or some of y'all, but he was killing the Knicks. Him and Elgin Baylor ran circles around the Knicks. Just do some research, guys. These two dudes, and the story goes, Jerry West tried to convince, because they were good friends, he tried to convince Elgin Baylor to come back one more year. Elgin was tired. He said, "No, I'm done." It was the year the Lakers finally broke through and won the chip. Because look at the team they had: Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, Jim McMahon. They had a hell of a. They couldn't get past the Knicks though.
Mm.
Until
yo,
that
mm,
R.
one year,
uh,
Elgin Baylor
Yo,
retired, and
oh,
he's another guy that never got a ring, but he's still Elgin Baylor. Probably
mm.
one of the
yo,
greatest forwards in NBA history.
Yo, R.
hold on. Yeah, what's up, Hollow?
I wanted you to answer that question, and did everybody else answer it? Like their best player that
mm,
they've ever seen?
I
No,
didn't, but
I
go
didn't, I didn't
ahead,
answer.
I
though.
I
Okay.
didn't answer it, but I will answer it. I'll tell you right now. And he's not my favorite, but I used to watch. I used to love watching this kid play. Allen Iverson. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
I used to love watching Iverson play. Man, he was just amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Can I jump in?
mine's is obviously he's not the best player I ever saw play,
Hmm.
but he the player that inspired me the most. You know what I'm saying? With
Mm.
Patrick Ewing is by far. You know what I'm saying? Time and time again. Every year we lost that. He come back next year, training camp.
Do you
Yo,
know
we
what
gonna
he stinks?
title? Yes, we gonna win the title this year.
Do
He
you know
said
what?
that shit times. 9 times we lost it. When they hit them this 10th time, yes. What the fuck I supposed to say? We
Yeah, and then in 1995 with that fucking small hand jelly dip
you sound
against
like
the
a
Indiana
Timberwolves fan,
Pacers.
nigga. You sound like
Nah,
a Islanders fan right now.
I lost
That's
$200. I
that's
lost
all
two hundred
sound
dollars in
correct,
that
man.
series.
That
That's the
sounds
problem.
correct. You
Nah,
sound like you
nah,
got like five
nah,
jerseys in your closet, my. It
nah.
sound
So
like
1995, the Indiana Pacers against the New York Knicks,
the
Game
reason, the,
7.
the reason why
Patrick
you know
Ewing,
orange and blue
Patrick
is
Ewing
Patrick
got the
Ewing.
ball. The
The
Davis
Knicks and
boys
Patrick
moved
Ewing
out
and
the
them
way.
other Knicks. You
Hold
understand
Moved
on.
what?
out the way. And
Don't talk over each other, guys. You can't. Yeah,
you
try not to
remember
talk
that?
over each
You remember that? You remember that,
I'm
right?
number what?
You don't remember 1995 Game 7?
Of course. course.
when Patrick Ewing with them little hands, instead of him dunking the ball, he tried to like finger roll
Come
it
on,
and
man.
missed it.
So
Come on, man.
Patrick Ewing is the best player you've ever seen.
That's ridiculous.
Nah,
That's
no.
ridiculous.
I clearly preface by saying
Right.
he's not the best player I ever saw, but he's the best player I ever saw.
Oh my goodness.
You
This is
know, so
Wait,
propaganda.
now he
This is
just totally
propaganda.
confused me. Just
that,
Yeah, he's propaganda.
what
He's
I'm
he's
saying
doing
is
propaganda right now.
if I had to pick that, it would have been Iverson, right? You know what I'm saying? But Iverson wasn't better than Patrick. None of these players was better than Patrick Ewing to me.
What?
None of them.
Let
None.
let's
To
let's
him.
keep
That's his
let,
To him.
personal. That's his
I'm-
personal preference. That's
right,
his preference.
right,
yeah,
exactly.
that's what I want to
Lady,
know. I want to know
it's
what
like
each
okay,
person's.
Okay.
I
Right.
want to know what
okay,
each person's personal
ladies and
preference
gentlemen,
is.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, at
Patrick,
this portion of the show,
Patrick
we're gonna
Ewing
move past.
is
We're gonna move past this.
my personal favorite player. You
Right.
know,
Uh,
everybody can say who they want.
Right.
Mine's is Patrick Ewing.
Again, the question was who was your favorite player, not
No.
Yeah.
Actually, the question was, who's the best basketball
right.
player you've
You
seen?
saw. Right. Right.
Then it's Allen Iverson. It's Allen
Okay.
Iverson.
I'm still sticking with Jerry West.
Okay.
I hear you. Okay.
Anybody else hasn't gone?
Dave?
Jordan.
Oh, Dave picked Magic. Bishop, who you
Can you hear
got?
me?
I picked Hakeem.
Akeem?
Yeah, he picked the
Oh
King.
Steve?
my
I
Steve.
don't
God!
think
Jordan.
Allen that's two
Live,
times like he took away from us. How could you say?
live. It's okay, live. It's all right. It's all right.
So everybody picked.
Yes.
I
Steve, who did you pick, Steve?
It's Jordan. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Of
All
course
right, all
it's
right.
Jordan. Of course it's Jordan.
Let
What
Can
about
I
what
go?
about Av?
Can
Ty,
I go?
for,
That's blasphemy. I ain't know.
What
Can I
about
go?
Av?
for me, it's a
Yeah, I
tie.
don't think
Can I
Crazy.
go?
Hold
Uh,
on, I want to see. Hold on, I want to see if Av picked.
Okay.
For me, it's a tie. I was at the double nickel game that Michael Jordan dropped on us. So,
Jesus.
Mm.
but the tie is with Kobe Bryant because I actually saw Kobe Bryant live. I based it by the guys I actually saw live,
Mm.
and to me, the aura that Kobe had at the time was very reminiscent of Jordan. It was too reminiscent. It almost
Mm.
identical to Jordan.
Right.
Mm.
But that's just me.
All right.
Right.
all right,
Right.
Reg.
I said Bird.
Oh,
He
okay.
said Bird. All right, Holla.
Did Hollop answer?
He's about
No,
to.
not yet.
Oh, all
Well,
right.
I
go
think
right ahead.
I think it's my.
Mhm.
I think the best player I've ever seen has been Michael Jordan, and
Mhm.
I'm judging it. My criteria is I don't think he had any weaknesses.
Mm,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
mm.
Was he
I,
weak at the
no,
foul line? Was he weak as a shooter? Was he weak in defense? Like,
right.
name his weakness. I
Right.
can't think of one.
He
Maybe
didn't.
his maybe his temper. He's very temperamental. That's about it.
You know what?
Yeah.
You
So
know what I
so so
heard?
can I respond to that?
Mhm.
Go ahead,
Can I
Bishop.
can I respond to that? Because yeah, there were several flaws in this game. That's why they had to get Scottie
Jesus
Pippen. That's why
Christ.
they had to get Scottie Pippen. So
That's
if
ridiculous.
just give me a second, just give me a
Hold on,
second.
hold on,
I'm
hold
basing
on. Hear him out.
I'm basing this on facts. I'm not basing this on fandom. Not fandom, facts. So when you had Jordan and you had Pippen, who guarded the most prolific scorer on the other team, night after night?
Jordan?
No,
Nah,
no,
that was
Oh, here we
that was
go.
Pippen. That was Pippen. That
Pippen.
was
Yeah.
Pippen. Pippen guarded the most prolific scorer on every
Every
team each
every
night.
every
That was
night.
Pippen. So
Yeah.
when Jordan got Defensive Player of the Year, I'm like, well, mm, I was a little confused by that because it's Pippen
What
who
year
was
was
the
that?
one. Anytime he got
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year that he was playing with,
That
that
was
he
After
was playing
88.
with Pippen,
after Pippen came, the year that they traded Oakley
yeah,
to us, and they got Pippen. That's when they skyrocketed. That's when they took off.
that changed the nature of the game because it was impossible for him to put up the offensive numbers and then guard the most prolific scorer on the other side. It was
Mhm.
impossible.
But he
And
was
then
still a
on
good
top of it,
defensive player.
So,
he was
so,
Hell
decent.
of a
He
so,
was
defensive player.
decent.
What are
He
we
was
talking
decent,
about?
but and then
so,
then
Hold
what you
on,
had
hold on.
what you had was then he had to learn how to win because if you remember when he
he
was
learned that from
in his
Pippen? Okay.
when no I'm talking about when he was in his prime, really in his prime, he was all about scoring. So he would score a whole bunch of points, but they would still lose because he didn't know how to utilize his teammates. So there were some flaws in his game. He got better at it, but let's not try to pretend that he came in and he was perfect. No, there were a lot
But
of flaws in his game.
Right.
so
Nobody.
hold on. I gotta say this
Wait,
real quick because I gotta go.
can I?
When Magic got drafted, and as great as Magic was, he had Kareem. It then picked
Right.
up a Worthy like immediately.
Yeah.
Had a
Well, my
Norm.
th-
He already had a Norm Nixon. Then got a
Yep.
Byron Scott. And then Bird. We were just talking about Bird. Bird got drafted before he even left college. Ran into a McHale. Got a Robert Parrish
Yep.
from the Golden State Warriors. Picked up
Yes.
a Dennis Johnson from Seattle who won an MVP. I mean, these
Right.
dudes who we raving about came to stack teams where Jordan had to really build it from the ground up.
Right.
Yeah, but
Mm.
you
my
you
thing
made
is
it
this.
seem you made it seem like if Jordan was
I don't.
perfect, and I'm telling you, he had to learn how to win. Like it wasn't just and try to make
I
it seem like
I
he
don't
had
think
no
nobody
flaws.
thinks he was perfect,
Nobody's
Bishop.
nobody's
No,
perfect,
he
Well,
but
won
I
a
wouldn't. I
wait,
national
wouldn't
championship.
say. I wouldn't
what
say that a small
Championship.
forward.
What do you mean he had to learn how to win? He won a
what
national championship.
I
what the
wouldn't
Yeah.
brother
say
what the brother said was there were no flaws in Jordan's game, and
right.
what I responded to was there were flaws in his game. I'm a Jordan fan, don't get me wrong, but there were flaws in his game. So let's not pretend like
But what were
okay,
the
And
flaws?
I mean, to say that is a moot point because then everybody got flaws. What are we talking
Right.
about?
Is
Yeah.
it all right? Let me just say this. Let me just say
To
this.
your point,
If a
to your,
small forward
Hold on. We're
can't
getting out of control. Hold on.
go ahead,
if
go
a
ahead.
small forward can't play the center's role, does that mean that he's weak in his game?
No, no.
uh,
Huh.
we are talking oranges and bananas.
Can I jump in for a second?
Go right ahead, Ronan.
Ronan.
Come on, man. So
You gonna say
let me.
LeBron?
So the year that Jordan won the defensive player of the year, it's
That's
because
the point.
Scottie Pippen was there. The same Scottie Pippen that was averaging 7 points a game. Nah, I don't think so.
So
Or
when
the
you say
same Scottie
defensive
Pippen.
player,
Well, I just rewatched the whole '91 finals. The majority of the time, who was covering Magic Johnson was Jordan because James Worthy was busting Pippen's ass. So I just watched the whole series. I watched it again. So these arguments are saying that he guarded Magic for the whole. That's not true. It's not true. He guarded Magic mostly when he was on the bench. So that's not true.
so
Not
what was
true.
Magic's
I'm not
role? What
saying
was
that Pippen
Magic's
wasn't a
role?
great player, but come on. And
What
then he
was
had to
Magic's
look.
role?
Jordan won an Olympic gold medal. He won a gold medal.
What was Magic's role on those Lakers teams? What was his role?
Magic's team, Magic played with Kareem. He played with Byron Scott. He played with
But I'm saying,
Jamal Wilkes,
what was
Bob
his role?
Yeah.
McAdoo, James Worthy,
Cooper.
AC
He
Green,
had a lot
Michael
to do with it.
Thompson, Michael Cooper. I ain't
What
taking
was
nothing away from Magic.
what was his
But
role? What was his role
who?
on those teams?
Who,
Magic. What was
Magic?
his role? Yeah, what was his role?
Point guard.
So
Point guard.
he was a distributor. He was a connector. He wasn't the scorer. So when you
He had a
saying
lot
that
of he had a
Jordan,
lot of pieces to distribute to. Who
yeah, but
was
I'm
Jordan
saying,
distributing to? Quentin Daly,
uh, okay,
Brad
Ben
Sellers.
Corzine,
Remember
Brad
Brad
James
Sellers.
Dent,
Sellers?
Brad Sellers.
Brad
Brad
Sellers,
Sellers.
Kyle
Oh,
Macy, Orlando Woolridge.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that's a hell
and
of a roster, man.
And
Nah, man, come on.
to that point, guys, and not to beat the Jordan thing to death, but you even look at the teams that Jordan played or had when he played Detroit, who had Isaiah, Adrian Dantley, and then Mark Aguirre, Sally, Rodman. You look at the teams he played against
Hmm.
with the as we were saying, the Brad Sellers of the world and the
Hmm.
and guys no knock, Charles Oakley, who was never known for scoring.
Right.
Right.
So when you was just serious, when again he ain't my pick, but when you look at the numbers and what he did with what he had, we could say Pippen because we all saw what happened to Pippen when he left Chicago.
Right.
oh,
Right.
I'm just saying.
So holla, could we come to the fruition of everybody answering the question?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
so. I think everybody
Well,
answered.
Yeah.
I guess who did Ronan pick? Did Ronan pick Jordan?
Oh wait.
Jordan,
I'm
Kobe,
pretty sure
Hakeem
he did. Yeah.
Olajuwon.
He said Jordan, Kobe, and Isaiah.
I know he didn't pick
Ronan?
Hakeem
LeBron.
Olajuwon.
Yeah. Ronan
No,
picked
no.
I
LeBron.
Oh
thought he picked
hell,
LeBron, Dave.
Yeah,
hell
me
no,
too.
hell no, no, no. Not on this
Wow,
earth
you
or
know what?
any other earth.
Nobody picked LeBron.
No,
Exactly.
nobody thinks
Yeah,
it's
you know
wrong.
what? Yeah.
You
Wow.
said the best. Well, that's number. I mean, that's number one. But
Well,
to
he did
LeBron,
ask a question to us. He
right?
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
say who did you think was the greatest player ever. You saw play, blah blah blah. You know,
Well,
I'm a little
now,
old. I'm a little older, so I saw some of them other guys play,
yeah.
and
Now we know that Live wrote the Bleacher Report article.
yeah.
That's right.
Li-
Right.
I'll tell you what.
No, he
Between
didn't. No, he
live,
didn't write it because they got Ewing at number 40. He didn't write
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
sure
Oh
ain't right.
hell no. Listen, he ain't right that shit. But
I
I'll tell
mean,
you what.
honestly, man, I wanna, like, aside from the jokes and shit, I understand where Patrick Ewing is, man, and why. I'm just not going in fucking public tell none of y'all. Man,
You're
Yo, like I
right.
said, when I watch those series, and I watch Hakeem Olajuwon operate,
Ooh,
I come to appreciate
ooh.
what he brought to the table. You come to appreciate more and more what he brought to the table because he had dudes hopping in the air like Pop Goes the Weasel, and he taking dudes off the dribble, fade away. He had post moves where Akeem Olajuwon was like two-hand power dunking in the post off the
right,
half court set. Like what? Like he
right.
coming down and doing that like 8, 9, 10 times, and everybody just standing around looking at each other like I don't know what to do.
And
Well,
you
I,
know what?
here's a
I'm
testament.
gonna just end it off by saying my fandom prevented me from liking most of them cats,
But
and
I
here's a
I,
could
weird
not. I could
here,
not.
I
Yo,
didn't like
Rodney.
Yes, sir.
no
here's the
love.
weird thing, Bishop. 90% of the players picked ahead of Akeem were centers.
Mm,
Chamberlain, Jabbar,
Mm,
Russell, Shaq. So that's four right there. And he was, what did
okay.
I say, 12?
12. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's fifth best center.
but
Who?
let me
You're
finish
Rodney.
this thing.
Hold on. Hold on, Holla. Oh,
Let
go
me
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead, real
let,
quick.
one thing I
wait.
gotta see this fucking list.
Wait,
40?
let me just say this about Hakeem. To this day,
Who?
Mhm.
Hakeem is what 62 maybe, or
Still schooling
but
people.
he's the one that they still go to train about
Right.
footwork and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
testament to him. You
Yeah,
know,
Ooh.
yeah.
How old is he? Hold on. Go ahead.
it's got to be about 62, 63.
Get
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah. That's a marvel. That's definitely a marvel.
He did.
Your
I
He
looked
arm.
at
brought it. He
Six,
gave it to Kareem. He gave it
62,
to
yeah,
Ewing,
62, Dave.
62,
Shaq,
62, yeah,
Robinson. I
62.
mean, he gave it to the best centers in his era.
he did.
Exactly.
Yes, he
Holla,
did.
what's your question?
I was curious. Is Pistol Pete on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. That's
Yeah.
another one of my, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he
That's league
fall?
average.
he,
In the 40s, I think.
he, fall, he falls under
Wow.
most assholes player ever.
77.
What was
The
he?
biggest, the biggest,
77.
he's
77.
the biggest asshole ever in the NBA.
Mm,
That's what he falls at.
Man,
yeah.
Damn,
It's like,
harsh.
is he still alive? Because
Nah.
no.
He
Pistol
died
last
of a
Pete
time,
heart attack
died
playing
oh,
basketball.
last
yeah, a
time,
long
the
time
last
ago.
interview that I saw of him, he was still talking shit. It's like, yo, dude, like, it's like, really?
Didn't he die
Like,
in like the
no.
80s?
Yeah.
So can I say something real quick? I got to go after this. So Rodney,
Please.
so I saw a meme I think 2 days ago, and they did
Yeah.
a Mount Rushmore for point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, and centers.
Wow.
We Now Steph Curry didn't even make the list on the Mount Rushmore for point guard or shooting guard. I thought that was crazy. But where is he on this list? 10 all time.
Yeah.
He's 10. Yeah.
So he
Wait,
did. So the meme I saw, I don't remember what page it was. He wasn't on the point guard list, but Stockton was on that Mount Rushmore. I don't know
Okay.
how. And
Right.
then on the shooting guard side, he would have been on there. So he didn't make the cut for the point guard Mount Rushmore
Wow.
or the shooting guard Mount Rushmore, which is crazy.
Mm.
Right.
Crazy.
Definitely.
Well,
Definitely. I
Well,
like to find out who was
Stockton,
on that Rushmore for the shooting guard.
I got
See.
to I got to. It was Jordan, Kobe. I think they put
Wade.
Iverson on there. They put Iverson on there. I can't remember the four.
Okay.
yeah. So
was
Stockton
it
is on there
Wade?
'cause he's still the all-time
I
leader in
put
assists.
Wade on this
and steals, I think.
He's still the all-time leader of assists, and that record is not going to be broken anytime soon because I think LeBron is the closest, or one of the LeBron or Chris Paul
are the closest, and they're still thousands and thousands of
Mhm.
assists away
Mm.
That's
from
crazy.
John Stockton. And it's like, yo,
Yeah.
you got most of that just playing with
Who
Karl
who
Malone.
who needs an assist when you can pull it from 35 feet? Know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the Mount Rushmore
yeah.
of I did a quick search. The Mount Rushmore for point guards are Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Oscar Robertson, and John Stockton. For
So
shooting
Curry,
is
Yeah.
Jordan, Kobe, Jerry West, and Dwayne Wade.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
okay, it was Wade. I think it was Wade on that list.
Wait,
But yeah,
okay.
I saw
What?
Wade. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it was Wade.
To Bishop's point, John Stockton also has the most career steals.
Yeah.
Not as point guard, as player.
Mm,
Period.
Would you
Wow.
take
mm,
Stockton or Curry, Dom?
Ooh.
that's crazy.
Stockton. As
It
a
depends
point
on what
guard,
kind of
Stockton.
team. Yeah.
As a point guard, Stockton.
As a
Yes.
Stockton.
I'm
Nah,
taking player. I'm going Curry. I'm taking player.
Yeah.
so
I'm going.
that right.
I'm just going point guard. I
So
would
we're
take the kids.
talking. So if
Like
we're
I always
going,
say, numbers don't lie. This guy was probably
Oh,
one of
you're
the
right.
greatest point guards
well,
in NBA history.
well, and I think that's the difference. If we're talking Curry, then we're talking about positionless basketball.
Right,
That's
Right.
right, exactly.
But
Right. Yeah.
think of this. Think of this, guys. I know ifs and ands and pots and pans, but Stockton got the most assists in NBA history. And who did he really have the ball to throw it to?
Karl Malone.
Uh,
Karl Malone.
Hornacek and Karl Malone. I mean,
He had Greg Ostertag too.
okay, yeah, wow. You got me on that one, Al.
that's Greg
Yeah,
Are we
they
are we
gotta
gonna get to the Knicks before R falls asleep?
I'm not falling asleep. I don't even know why you keep saying that
Yeah,
dumb
I
shit.
gotta.
It's 10 o'clock, man.
Thanks for
Bishop.
having me. I gotta dip, man.
Steve,
Brother,
Retweet it. I'll
always,
share it. And I mean,
oh,
thanks for
I
the episode,
appreciate
man.
you. Appreciate you,
No,
Steve.
take care,
thanks,
Yes,
Steve.
Steve.
brother.
See you Wednesday,
No,
homie.
or or
Yes, sir.
our
or like
Bishop texted me and said we gotta watch out.
Huh? Uh-oh, where the sound at? What happened?
yeah, while we were all talking, R was mixing up his Metamucil
Uh,
about to
I I thought R said this was going to be a short show.
I did
Yeah.
not. I did not say that at all. No, I did
You
not
he
say
didn't
up
say
that.
he,
that in the
he in the
text.
background he in the background stirring up his Metamucil talking about y'all can talk all this you want. I'm about to
Listen,
take my drink.
listen. Nobody's here for that. Knock it off. If the New York
Uh-huh.
Knicks, if the New York Knicks bench was, damn, I can't speak. If the New York Knicks bench was good, now, Dom, I got you for this one
Mm.
because you had pointed out about the Knicks bench. If they were so good, why didn't they bring them back? Bring back some guys, right?
Because they weren't that good.
Yeah, but
Told you all that shit all year. I
you
know what Bishop's gonna say. Oh, they're there to give you some rest and minutes, but they suck.
Well, that's true.
no,
That
but
is
They
true.
if
suck.
you if you if
Wait,
you if you if
can
you
I?
utilize if you have a tool, right?
Mhm.
You have a toolbox. You have a toolbox
Mm,
and you have a vice grip and you have channel locks. And
hmm
the and the job that you're using requires the channel locks, but you choose to use the vice grips because
Right.
it's easy
you're overthinking this, man.
because it's easier. Now you have no. I'm just saying
But
you
that
had
it's
you
just
have the
good.
right
Yeah,
tool. You have the right tools. You have the right tools for the
Good.
things that you
No,
need.
you didn't.
You had the
Good.
You
right
didn't.
hold up,
tools. You had
Dom.
No,
the right
sir.
tools
I'm
for the things
sorry.
that you need, and you did
Mm,
not utilize it.
mm.
You got to do it your way.
So,
You got
so
to
in
do
other
it your
Hold
words,
way.
so to
Dom.
Bishop's point, we just after all of that shit Bishop said, we just emptied the toolbox and said, all right, we need some
Nope,
new vice grips, some
nope,
new
nope,
screwdrivers. Go ahead,
No.
nope.
Dave. I'm sorry. They
Hold on.
suck.
I want to go back to my brother R here. 9:58 a.m. in the chat. Guys,
Oh
I
my
really
God!
don't see tonight being a long episode.
Ah,
Don't
Somebody
see a
mute his
lot
mic.
going
Somebody
on.
mute his mic. Somebody mute his mic.
no, I gotta
You
look that
muted.
up. I was
You
kind of
muted.
busy today cutting
You
grass.
muted.
9:58 a.m.
This
I
guy,
don't
man.
see I
This is
don't
like one
see
of the.
tonight
You
being
know
a
what?
long episode. I don't see a lot going on. It is now
Yeah.
10:03.
Oh, we're doing good though.
This guy, man. You are becoming the biggest thorn in my side. I don't know what
Yo,
brought this on.
he's a pot stirrer. He's a pot stirrer. Dave is
There
a
go
professional
Dave.
pot stirrer.
And now Dave's going to sit back and not say nothing for the next 10 minutes.
Exactly. I don't know what
Yeah,
brought this
he
on.
But
stirs. He
come
stirs the
on,
pot.
R, you got to admit though, you did say it.
Yes.
It was in black and white.
Just like Bishop talking about screwdrivers and wrenches and
Nah. So
and
you
at the end of
can't.
the day, they were so bad as screwdrivers, wrenches, and
mm,
whatever forklifts that you didn't bring near one of them back.
So
All right.
if you have an opportunity, to get better tools,
Where?
Right,
and you
Who
got a
are they?
different, and you got
right.
a different, and you got a
Who
different,
are they?
you
Well,
got
you
a
got
different
one.
coach,
You got one in Clarkson.
you got different,
He's a
you got
chucker.
Sully too.
nah, but you want him to come off the bench and give you some offensive
He's a
firepower.
chucker at 30-something years old. The guy hasn't had a good year in fucking ages.
Dude, he's been
Listen,
playing in
here, let me
Utah.
just say this. This is what somebody said. He's so good, but he couldn't crack the starting lineup on the worst team in the NBA.
Mm.
Oh, yeesh.
Do you need that kind
I'm
of
just asking.
so
You know that
Utah was
man
looking to
was
lose.
a six man. He played six.
Six men.
He got six
He's
man of
come
the
on,
year.
guys. I am
That's
not
what he was
knocking him.
relegated
He
to.
is a chucker. He is a straight up chucker.
Okay.
Don't let me start pulling up his numbers. I like the
Pull
sign
up,
in, don't get me wrong.
if you pull
But
up his
he's just
numbers,
a chucker.
they will probably be 15 points that we did not get on last year's bench. Right?
Yeah, we did. Sure,
No, we
we
didn't.
did.
No, we didn't. Well, where?
Not out of one guy. No, not out of one guy.
Oh,
No.
okay, right. So
So
Right.
one guy,
So
right,
you
and then
think he's going to score
Yabusele.
15 points
Yep,
on the Knicks with
Yabusele
go ahead.
is another 11, right? That's your
Okay.
9 man rotation right there.
Hmm.
So, right,
You
you know
think
what I'm
he's
saying?
going to
So,
get
so
15
we
points
already,
with Brunson and Cat?
coming off the
I'm
bench,
just
coming
doing,
off the bench,
I'm
No,
just
yeah,
playing
not
your
at
game,
all.
Don. We talking about numbers, right?
coming off
Right.
Right.
the bench.
The
Yeah.
bench on the bench, you know what I'm saying? McBride scored 9, and that was it. Right? That was Tibbs 6.5. That was his half a player that scored 9 points. That he relegated him to the bench in the playoffs for the other two useless tools. You know what I'm saying? And Wright and Shannon.
Yeah.
Right. So this year
16
you
got
got a
the 16.
chucker. You got a 15-point chucker, and you got a undersized power forward at 11 points. It's
Remember, guys,
already enough there.
he was a chucker. He scored 16.2 points
He
a
going
game on the worst team in the NBA,
he gonna chuck.
averaging 13,
He gonna chuck
14
in that
shots a
second
night.
unit. He gonna
I,
chuck in that
So
second unit. He gonna do his
he
job in that second unit.
I'm guys, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying he is a chucker.
Okay,
that's
Plain
an
simple.
interesting.
but
That's
He
it.
ain't no bigger chucker than Brunson is.
Well,
Hmm.
again, Reggie, back to my point. You think he's going to get up because one of them's going to be on the court when he's on the court. He ain't going to have that reign he had in Utah.
they didn't bring him in to be on that first unit, and
No,
none of them
I
did.
didn't say that live. When
Right.
he's in the game, one of them are still going to be on the court. You're not taking both of them out. Well, you will
Cool.
take both of them out, Brunson and Cat. You're not going to take both of them out
I mean, no. Well. Again,
unless it's the end of the game because they can't play no defense.
by
Well,
default, that was remedied by with Yabusele at that 4
so
Who?
the problem that
at Gershon Yabusele, the other useless
Oh
guy you
God,
think is
come on,
useless.
man. Can we
the
can we
problem
let
that they
these
have.
guys play a
So
game in the NBA before
the
we?
So
problem that Dom is going to have, right? The problem because I know Dom is, he's mission critical because they got rid of his guy, so he's
No,
going to
not at all.
criticize everything. But
No, I'll
what I
get to
see,
that in a minute. But go
the issue
ahead.
that I see is, so you brought in Yabusele. Yabusele does the things that Hart does, just
Exactly.
just bigger.
Oh
He's
my
just bigger.
God.
And he shoot better.
He's just
Oh,
bigger.
you
So
guys
And
are
he
killing
shoot
me.
better.
he's a better defender.
You
And
guys
he's
are
a better
killing me.
defender. And he's a better defender. So I'm kind of like trying to. So I'm
I
kind of
just don't. Yeah,
understand.
it's ill because the dude Yabusele had he had a explosive year. He got your explosive year last year with the Clippers, right?
With the Clippers,
With Philly.
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 He
Right?
had an explosive year on a 20-win fucking team.
But he got his
What did he
point.
do before that? What did he do before that? Since
He,
he's the next
in
Bill
France.
Russell,
he banged it
what did
on
he do
LeBron
before
and
that? He couldn't get on the court.
he banged it on the LeBron in the FIBA games.
Okay. I asked you,
Okay.
what did he do? What did he do the years before that?
So
Seven
according
7 minutes, 6 minutes. He played 27 minutes on an off-injured team that won about 22 games.
so
Come on,
according
guys.
to
Let's
according to
just do a
Dom,
little better. Do a
according to
little better.
Dom, no,
Wait,
so
but you
according
can't,
to Dom,
Dom,
and
you can't
let's
flip flop off his numbers though. If he got 11 last year, he got 11 last year. That's the 11
On a
we're talking about.
20-win team with nobody on the court.
so
So what is going to prevent him from getting 11 on his minutes as a Nick
You
bench player?
you you
Playing
think
time.
you hold up, guys. You
Playing
think
time.
he's going to get 27 minutes a night?
He's not going to get 27
No,
minutes,
Thank you.
but he
Thank
going
you.
to.
he's not gonna
So
get. He's not gonna get more than 20 minutes a night, if that. And that's if Mitchell Robinson stays healthy, which we all
right.
know he's not. But let's
Mm.
be realistic. What Dom is saying there is a lot of validity to it, and I hear what else is being said. Here's the reality, though. If the question is, if the New York bench was good, why did they
Yeah.
why did they
Back to
keep him?
that.
Here's
dude,
the here's
you
the answer to that question. Here's the answer to that question. We don't know that because Thibodeau didn't.
exactly.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. When they did play, they were okay.
Right.
Whoa.
Okay was
And
good,
Okay.
they got the
Yeah.
quickest
All right.
and that's
they
why.
they
And
got the quickest hook in history.
hold on.
Imagine,
That
guys.
is that is why the Knicks are still considering Landry Shamet to bring him back. They're not.
They
Mm.
should.
They're not.
Right.
They're still talking to DeLon Wright.
Ooh.
Please, I pray
Great.
to God they don't.
I'll say this. I'll say this, guys. To y'all standards, especially Bishop's, for years, all he kept saying is he can only get you, Thibodeau can only get you, and live can only get you this far, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold y'all to that shit, right? He can only get you this far, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that means the next coach is gonna take us where?
I don't mean that, Don. You know that.
What do you
You
mean? What do you
So
mean then?
so what
don't
Dom
mean
wants to
First of
do?
all, let me finish. First of all, Brown is inheriting a much better team and
okay.
organization than Thibodeau ever did.
Okay.
So now you
Remember,
copy
the
paste.
year before we got Thibodeau, we
He
won
won it both
22
ways.
games.
Yeah,
We
yo,
won 22
live.
games.
Yeah.
He wants
Uh,
it both ways. He wants
No,
it
I
yeah,
both
know.
ways.
I'm going. I'm
I
going.
was getting ready to try to trap his ass up. You
But no,
understand
I'm
what I'm
going by
saying?
y'all. Don't
Hold on.
backpedal on me now. I'm going by y'all
No, you
standards.
want it
Like I
both
said,
ways.
try
He
If
not to
I
wants
could
talk over
only
each other. Try not to talk over each other.
go ahead, go ahead.
he wants it both ways. You
No,
want to
not
be
at
able to
all.
say yes, you do.
I
Yes, you
want it
do. You want to
y'all's
be able to
way.
say
I'm talking about
no.
y'all standard
You
that
want it
y'all
both
been
ways. You
preaching
want
for
to be
4
able to say
years.
no. You
I'm
want to be able to say he's first of all, if he does better, he's got a better team.
right,
Then you want to go back and say, well,
right.
because Tibbs got you 51 wins and you
Mhm.
guys went to the finals. What you're saying is that means the other 20 teams that are viable, that are going to make noise, that have made improvements, you want them to stand still
Right.
just for the
No, not
just
at
for the
all.
sake.
I'm
Yes,
going
you
by
do.
your standard.
No, you're not.
This is
That's not
your
my standard.
standard.
That's not my standard.
So
That's not my standard.
I asked you the question. Stop backpedaling. If I could
No.
only get you this far, how far is the next guy gonna get you?
So what I'm saying to you
Answer
is
the question. I don't want to
50,
hear no. I don't want to hear
Hold
no
on.
tap
Hold
dancing.
on.
50.
Hold
Answer
No,
the
on.
I'm not.
damn question.
Better than the last.
Give me
Better
a
than
chance
the
to
last.
answer. Give
Go
me a
you
Better.
chance
ain't you
to answer.
tap dancing.
Give me a
Hold on.
chance to answer. Give me a
Go
Let him,
chance
ahead.
to
give
answer.
him a chance to answer, Dom. All right, give
All
him a
right,
chance.
good. Did I lose a
So
mic?
first and foremost, what I said all last season was with the talent that we have on this team, we should be winning more than 50 games.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
kept saying, "Hey, 50 games is good." We were coming from 17 games. So you
Right.
had a low standard, you had a low bar from the beginning. I said, "No. The talent that they have on this team, they should be winning at least 60 something games with the talent they have on this team." Then we got to the playoffs. Stop trying to act like Tibbs did some magic. Boston came in hurt. Boston
No,
came in
they
hurt.
didn't. They
We
got
took
hurt. They didn't
no,
come in
no,
hurt. They got hurt.
Brown had a torn meniscus. He was playing. He wasn't himself. So
Mhm.
you
Okay.
had
But he
Tatum.
played. But he
No, but
played.
you had he struggled through it
No,
and he played.
you can't do that. We
He
can't do
struggled
Ah,
that.
through it,
Stop.
but
thank
he
you.
played.
We
He
No,
can't
played.
do
He should
that.
have
let me
sat his
let me
We
ass on the
can't do
bench
let
that.
then.
let me
Yeah.
finish. Let me finish.
Let him
Let me
finish.
finish. So we were able to overcome Boston because they succumbed to their star player getting injured.
So that wasn't a result of coaching. That was not a result
Wow.
of coaching.
Oh,
So
okay.
so let's not pretend. Now, when it was an opportunity for him to show
Hold on. Let me
that he had the
hold on,
medal,
Bishop.
when he
Hold
was
on,
an
Bishop.
opportunity,
Hold
I'm
on,
going to
Bishop.
finish.
One
I'm wrapping
second,
up.
Bishop. I know, but I want to try to touch on each point you're making real quick. You're telling me they was more than a 51 win team, but we shouldn't have beat who?
So we shouldn't have beat
Help me
Boston.
out.
We shouldn't have
Hold
But
beat
we
on.
should have
Boston,
won
but we
more than
lucked up.
51 games.
But
Hold
we
on. Hold
but we
on.
lucked up. But
All
we
right.
lucked up. We lucked
Oh,
up.
we
We got
lucked up.
fortunate, and we beat Boston. We
Mm.
beat injured Boston, and then we got to Indiana. This was an opportunity. This is your second year going up against Indiana. This was an opportunity to show what you're made of as a coach, and you came up short. And you came up short. Uh, 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 you came up short because you lost, and you had home court advantage. You lost game 1 and 2 at home, and it was
Yeah.
coaching decisions. It was coaching
It
decisions
had nothing
that
to do
cost
with
you those
Brunson's
games.
3 turnovers in a minute and 14
Who
seconds. I
who
get
put
it.
him
Go
back in the
ahead.
game? Who put him
Go
back
ahead.
in the game? Who put him
He's the
back in the
star
game?
player. But let me
Who
ask
put
you a
him back in the
question,
game?
Bishop, again, piece by piece. Did you say all this shit about us not doing this and coach not doing
I
that?
did not.
When
Nobody.
wait a minute, let me finish.
Nope.
When we was the injured team last year or the year before, did you
So
say that
you
or
can't.
was the injuries a coach's fault?
The injuries to Brunson, the injuries to Hart, those were wear and tear injuries,
Oh.
and those injuries, and at that point,
Oh,
at
they're
that
just
point, I said,
excusing, man. My
nah,
my
nah.
Okay.
question, my
You
question
want
is,
it both
Bishop,
ways. You want it
Can I
both
jump
ways.
in?
after all the tap dancing you just did, my
Hold
question
on.
still remains. Where's this coach taking you?
All right.
So
Let me hold on.
I'm
Hold on.
asking the question, guys.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
all.
on. You can't answer. Oh, but let me let Reggie get in real quick. Go ahead,
Go
Reggie.
ahead, Reg.
Okay, so now listen, I get what you're saying, Bishop, but when we was hurt, nobody was saying that, so we can't do
Yeah.
that. That we're gonna start with that. Number two, we got to the semis, we lost to Indiana. We got to the conference finals, we lost to Indiana. Okay, we still maintain the 50 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's a progression.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think they got rid of Tibbs too early. I say that. I said if he didn't get it this year, this coming season, yes, he should have been
Right.
going. I think they should have kept him at least one more year.
so he had a whole season with these guys. You can say, okay, well, he needed
No, he
one more
didn't have a
season.
whole season with him.
When did they get Cat?
Remember, you
When did
you
they get
got a
Cat?
lot of guys. First of all, we got Cat. Okay,
In the offseason.
Right before the
in the
season
or
started.
right
Don't say
before
training camp.
he didn't even have a training camp. So
Right.
So
We
come
didn't have
on
you
now.
Mitchell
had
Robinson halfway through the
you
season.
had so
3 quarters of the season.
Right.
okay, so you were banking on Mitchell
But
Robinson
they're wait a minute, Bishop. But they're
being a
still the same. They're still the same team through all of that and all of your jitter jattering. You say should have won more than 51 games,
correct.
but shouldn't have beat Boston. So
No,
I don't
Did you have
understand where we're
did
going
you
with
have
this.
did you have did you have the Knicks beating Boston in
no,
the playoffs?
nobody had.
Did you no, stop.
They didn't beat
Did you
Boston
have
all
did you
season.
have did you have the Knicks beating Boston in the playoffs, Dom?
Yeah,
You had
No,
the Knicks beating
I
no, you
had
didn't.
guys. Let's go.
that's
Hold on.
my,
Let's go
Hold on,
back.
hold on,
Let's
hold
go.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Go ahead,
He
Ab.
did.
I can
He
attest.
did.
No, he did. He
I can
did.
attest to this.
He
I can
Thank
did.
you.
So do you
as
honestly believe do
as
you
I had him
honestly
in
hold on,
believe
five.
Hold on.
hold on. As the host of my space, and Dom is a frequent contributor.
Yes.
He has always said the Knicks would beat the Celtics. He would say 6-7 games.
Right.
Mhm.
And there will be knockout dragouts, and there are going to be some games that we were going to fucking blown out, which also happened. He called them exactly as they said. So just
Okay,
because,
fair
Mm-hmm.
enough.
and he
Fair
went,
enough.
he
Fair
did.
enough. Fair
Right.
enough. I didn't have the Knicks beating Boston because during the whole season, anytime the Knicks played any of those perennial teams that we would
They
probably be
got blown
facing in
out.
the playoffs,
Right.
Right.
they got mopped up. They got
Right.
mopped up, and there
And
was
you
A
fed
nothing.
into
hundred
that.
percent.
There was nothing. No, there was nothing. And again, the tables got turned where Brown came in and he was hurt. He had that torn meniscus, and
Mm,
then Tatum tore his Achilles. So again, we got past them. Fine,
right.
we got past them, but to lose to a team, an inferior team, 2 years in a row, and be outcoached because if you are honest with yourself, Carlisle outcoached him 2 years in a row. And
The
the
Vill,
second year,
the
this
Vill.
second year,
They
this
just
second year,
outplayed us.
no, this second season, he
No,
outcoached him so much. He outcoached him so much
Bishop,
that it was ridiculous. So you
Bishop,
mean to tell me you bring in the big man that they brought in? I didn't even know who that was.
Bishop,
That came in and was
can't,
guarding Cat and then he brought other guys in. He said,
yeah,
okay, well, these guys are not playing. These guys haven't played all season, but he's a big body and he's in the league, so I got to use him. I got to
right,
utilize the tools that I have. So he adjusted on the fly and he
right.
outcoached Tibbs, and it was apparent.
The
Okay,
Vill.
so
It's a good soliloquy.
nah.
But
See, you
guess
want it
guess
both
what?
ways. You want
Getting
it
back
both
to
ways.
let's
You
go
want it
let's
both
go
ways.
back let's go back to the big bold white letters. They beat us because their bench was better than ours. They beat us because they don't have to take their two best players out the game for defensive purposes. Y'all keep avoiding that shit.
I,
So
Our
Tibbs
two
is a
best
defensive
offensive
coach.
players
I
are
don't,
our two worst defensive players.
Tibbs is
Y'all
a
keep
100%.
defensive
avoiding
coach.
that shit
I
like
don't,
Dom,
this is some kind of
I
Dom,
magic
don't want
wand.
to. I don't want to like dismiss that. You absolutely
You
right about
can't.
that point. And I'm not right. But you're subtracting the fact that Carlisle, just to Bishop's point. You know what I'm saying? Had 12 people ready to guard everybody 3 and 4 times a night.
Because they were more
Brunson,
talented
Brunson,
live.
come on,
No,
you can't
It's
do
not
no,
that
that.
hard to figure
You
out, man.
no.
can't. You know Stewart is not more talented
can I
than
ask a question?
Brunson.
Who did
You know
the
what I'm
Knicks?
saying?
Who did the Knicks have
Hold
on
that.
their bench? Who did the Knicks have on their bench better than Matherin?
I,
Who did the Knicks have on their bench better than Toppin?
nobody,
Tell me.
nobody,
Thank you. Thank you.
nobody, nobody.
I
So
just
those guys got
had
opportunities.
But again, Carlisle didn't relegate the rest of the squad and just play them too. That's what Tibbs did. You
Did
understand what I'm
did
saying?
did
Car-
did did, did
Carlisle played the rest of his bench. So
because they were
instead of
better.
but that's not the only reason, Dom. You
but
understand what I'm saying? He played the rest of his bench.
We
live, live,
So B would see 5 people instead of 1.5.
the
live.
question
Mm.
still remains. If they were
Hold
that
on.
good,
Couldn't it?
why ain't they coming back?
See, I just agree with your point about the quality. Right now you're avoiding the fact that Jalen, Brunson saw 5 people every night,
Hold
5
on,
fresh bodies every night.
Right.
On
hold on,
Well,
top
Live.
of
that
that,
I
they
think
had
I
five
think
fresh
I,
bodies to
that
hold
was
throw
on,
at.
coach.
Dom, hold on. I think
That was
Av had
coach.
something for Live.
Live,
and I have a question for Dom too.
Uh huh.
live. You were just saying about that Brunson saw 5 guys. Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. But couldn't it just be that Thibodeau? Yes, Thibodeau was out coach. I'll be the first one to say it.
Right.
He did. I don't think anyone will deny that. But couldn't it just be exactly what Dom says? We keep saying, and it keeps on being written. And Bishop, you keep saying we lost to an inferior team. Are they really that inferior? Really?
So when
Really? No.
you
Are they really that inferior when you have when you have 10 guys who can all play, who are all ready to play? They play 10 guys and they up and down the court so fucking fast. They led the league in fucking pace. They
That's
shoot.
not
And also
so
look.
that's not coaching.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Hold on,
Hold
hold
on.
on, hold on, hold on, guys. Hold on.
No,
Hold up,
He,
hold up,
to
hold
your
up.
point.
he
To your
just
point.
say that wasn't coaching.
To your point, live. Isn't it also the benefit that Rick Carlisle had, the fact that he stole the first 2 games in Madison Square Garden and he had
Sure.
the luxury to play more guys because now he had a 2-0 lead. Absolutely. So yes, did
Hmm.
he coach him? Yes, but did he coach him all 6 games? No, obviously not.
I
yo
mean,
yo
is that
yo
really
you
what we?
guys
That's
you
not what
guys
Don's
want
talking about.
yo
No, what
live live
Utilize it.
To Bishop's point, they had more tools in their toolbox.
live
Can I
No,
live
ask? I need to.
live.
Can I ask
So
Dom a
so
question,
one
please?
one question
Go
They
ahead,
one
Dave.
they wants to ask a question, y'all.
Yeah, and this is not to dispute Dom. I just really want to know legitimately. So it's been known you picked Boston.
Yes,
I mean,
No.
the Knicks. I'm sorry, the Knicks to beat Boston.
Yes.
that's one.
So my question is, what was it that you saw based on this season that told you that the Knicks would beat Boston? That because if the Knicks were not um, superior to Indiana. You thought that the Knicks were superior to Boston. What was it that that the Knicks showed you during the season in those games that they got smoked by Boston that made you think that the Knicks could beat Boston?
Because all I kept thinking of, Dave, and it came to fruition during the season. The Knicks had the better starting five. The Knicks had the best starting 5 points per game than any team in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Boston could not match up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Boston may have had a better bench, but you're a team that was up by 20 points. Yeah, since we're going to go back in the past, you had a team that was up by 20 points, 2 games at home, and the Knicks came back and won that game. But no credit to the coach. I'll
But no,
give you that.
but wait, stop. Before the series started,
I just told you, Dave, because I believe from the get-go, our
Mm-hmm.
starting 5 was better than their starting 5.
so that's what I'm asking. It
Hold on,
was
I ain't done yet, Dave. Hold on.
uh,
Plus, I
uh-huh.
took into consideration that these guys, Boston, had been together for what, 6, 7 years? At least their core was together for 6, 7 years. Our core was together for no games. First game of the season, no games against Boston. And then the other games during the season brought us to maybe 80, 78 games together, minus injuries as a unit. But I still believe our starting 5 was far more better than theirs. And it came to fruition when your starting 5 built a 22-point lead twice. And our starting 5, who everybody said we should have played the bench, but it was our starting 5 out there with no breath, no air as professional athletes. They should have never came back from 22 points.
So
But I knew they were better than them.
Okay, so that's what I'm not disputing it. I just
Yeah.
was curious what it was that made you pick the Knicks over Boston, even though there was nothing that we saw all year long. So
Right.
you're telling me that your gut also tells you that the Knicks matched up better against Boston than
Than
they did
Indiana.
against Indiana.
Yes.
yes.
Because
Okay,
of
that's what I'm trying to find out.
again, we had a starting 5. They had a starting 10. Again, going back to the question, their bench was far more inferior to our bench. And not to mention, we keep avoiding this elephant in the room. Say what you want about the coach. I'm not talking about the coach. I'm talking about the players. In a league, we always say is a
Mm-hmm.
players' league. Our 2 best players
Mm-hmm.
are on the bench down the stretch because they
Mm-hmm.
can't play defense. And the one
Mm-hmm.
time Thibodeau brings them back, he commits 3 turnovers in a minute and 13 seconds, and we lose the fucking game.
So yeah, to that
Am I
point,
lying?
nope,
I'm
nope.
not giving
You're 100%
hypotheticals.
correct. You're 100% correct. To that point,
Right.
that was the coach's decision. So you got to live with the results. That was the coach's decision.
He's your starting
Now,
point guard, Bishop.
now again, no, Deuce McBride and the other
Oh,
guys that won the court had the game well in hand. They were up by 14 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. The game
mm-hmm.
was well in hand, and the coach decided to bring the starting point guard back. But be that
And
as
how
it may,
and how many
what
points?
I'm
How
going to
many
address,
points were they down? How
what
many
I'm
points were
no
they up when they brought in
14, 14,
when they
14,
brought back in Brunson?
14,
Yes.
15.
Okay, so
14 with 2
your
minutes and
starting
45
point
seconds.
guard came back in the game, and
But the
you
game
blew a
was already
14-point lead.
in hand. Only
So
thing
I'm
you
you're
have
not
to do,
sure why we even talking about that game because
but
that they took that game. Now we
right,
choked them.
exactly,
but
But,
exactly.
what you
Can I
saying,
ask you?
what you keep saying about the bench. So let me
yeah,
explain something.
yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you.
You
So
can't explain it.
when
They're
when
not
you
here.
when you no because again, like I said, you want it both ways. But I'm gonna
No,
explain
the
something to you.
question was why ain't they bring him back?
I'm gonna explain something to you.
I
So
know why they brought him back.
there are 30 teams in the league. 30 teams in the league. Each
Mm-hmm.
team has 15 players on their roster. So the guy that you think, the guy that you think has nothing to offer, you know how many millions of other players they beat out to get a spot on that roster? So
Mhm.
these guys have stuff to bring. It's just the role that the coach has them in.
Come
So
on,
if I
man.
know
Come on
as a
now.
player, so you mean to tell
Don't
me,
give me
you
that
mean to tell
bullshit.
me,
450
you mean to
greatest players on earth.
tell
Okay,
no, you mean to tell me
Coach
so
in the NBA
it
goes
was proven
15.
well
I'm sorry.
well it was proven when you put in
Wow.
Shamit and when you put in the other
Mhm.
guard
they were
Mm-hmm.
able to match up with Indiana because they all 6'8" and athletic.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Look,
proven.
can I give
It
y'all
was
one? Can
proven.
I
It
give
was
y'all one?
proven that they were good enough. But you saying that they weren't good
They
enough,
weren't.
that's why he didn't play him. And I'm telling you, that's just
Let
his
me give
mo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he had 2 starting lineups out there.
let me
He's
let me
only
give
going to play.
let me give
He's
you
only
let me
going to
give you a
play
good let
6
me give you a
guys.
good scenario. Let me give you a good scenario of Leon Rose putting on his Gregory Hines tap shoes. Knowing he got rid of the coach. Knowing he got rid of the coach. Those guys you said should have been playing were in the summer league. Right? They couldn't get out their way. In summer league,
No,
playing
we wasn't.
against
No.
non-NBA players.
I
Hell
don't watch
no.
Couldn't get
summer
out
league.
their fucking way.
I
But
don't watch
why
summer
the
league.
question was, why didn't we bring that great bench back?
Nobody
Okay.
said the
That
bench
was the
was great.
question.
Nobody said the bench was great. You said that.
No,
You
Right.
said that.
okay,
Right.
let's use your
You said
terminology.
that
Why didn't we bring all of those good tools in the toolbox back
because
to the
now
toolbox this year?
we have an
So is that the
opportunity.
same? Is that the same bench that was better than Boston?
No.
Exactly.
No.
No,
Exactly.
it ain't. It
Yeah.
wasn't. That's why
So, but
we
when you
beat them because of our starting five, Dave. We averaged
but
102 points a game.
well, they had to be good for something. Let me ask you this question though, and I'm not debating you. I just really want clarity. So when we talked about Brunson, the reason why Brunson wasn't on the court in the end is because he was a defensive liability, right?
Mm,
Is that what
mm.
you said before? You said him and Cat.
Yes.
You could have your two best players,
I'm
but
pretty
but
sure we all could agree
but
with that one.
Yeah.
let me ask this then. So game one that they lost, you cited three turnovers. It wasn't defense. It was offense.
Right.
So
But it
in
still
that
had
case,
to be something to do with the
but
defense, Dave, if they came back from
no,
14 points.
but if he hadn't turned those balls over, they win that game.
Mm.
Basically.
Yeah,
Basically.
probably.
They had a 14-point lead. That 14-point lead was large enough for them to overcome his defensive liability. It was the offense is when he came back in the game and made three turnovers.
Right.
That's what lost them that game.
And and again, we arguing the bench point like the bench was the non-playing the bench was the reason why we lost in the playoffs. We lost in the middle of the season when Tibbs wasn't playing them. We lost when Tibbs could have played Huck Porty when Mitch was out, and he didn't want to play what's the other bum name
Sure.
uh
Precious Achua.
Chewy,
Precious Achua.
Chewy. No, Precious Achua. When he didn't want to play him, and Huck Porty was
Ooh.
showing all kind of promise, he didn't want to play him. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what we that's my only point. Like we acting like this didn't happen 2 seasons ago.
We lost.
With
We
Tibbs
lost.
not
But
wanting to play
my
nobody.
question still
We
my
lost.
question still
We lost
remains.
game one. I'm gonna tell you why we lost game one. This
Why?
this this is the unfiltered truth. I don't care what nobody else say.
Oh, this ought to be
This is
good.
what it
This
is.
ought to be good.
Yeah.
Man,
Unfiltered.
Here we go.
Freaking Cat finally showed up.
Mm,
I think he had
here we
like
go.
30 something points.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. He had a big game. Your man Brunson or his daddy or one of those two did not want Cat to shine. So yo,
Yeah,
of
put me back
course.
in the game.
Yeah. No post game interview.
Right. No
Right.
post game.
That's what
Mm,
that was.
Mm.
There wasn't nothing else but that.
okay. Well,
Ego.
I'm out.
Again, to today's point before we
Yeah.
go, to
Yeah.
Dave's point,
Ego.
it had to be a combination of both, Dave. You don't come back
Ego.
from a 14-point lead if your team is playing great defense, no matter how good your offense is playing.
Dumb.
It could be two rights being one wrong.
2 minutes and 45 seconds left with a 14-point lead. That means
Right.
you get the ball 3-4
We went
times.
over that,
They
Bishop.
get
We
the
went
ball.
over that.
They get the ball 3-4 times.
Right. And we couldn't
And
score.
and you don't even have to bring Brunson back in. You don't even have to bring him back in because
Well,
the
There was
unit
no
that you
reason
had
to
out
bring
there,
him back in.
There
None.
there
the
were
unit
missed
that you
free
had out there,
throws. Missed free throws, and then
right. Then the missed free
then
throws.
you take three of those turnovers and you turn them into three
Think of
pointers by that what's his name, Nate Smith or whatever his name.
think of what
That's 9 points right there.
think of what Live and Bishop would be saying right now if we brought Brunson back in,
Don't do that.
or we didn't bring Brunson back in and
Don't do
we
that.
lose.
I
This
said
is a
What would
exactly
they be
what I
saying?
said.
This
I
is a
said
score. This is a
exactly what I
score
said. You know what
subject.
I'm
So
saying? Like,
now you
um,
projecting.
I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
yeah.
tell
just
you what.
asking.
I'm
I'm
gonna tell you what
asking.
the real problem is, and we can get off of this right now. It's somebody let R back on the bandwagon.
Oh
That's what
All
it
no,
right.
was.
no.
You know what,
Okay,
Dave?
time out.
You know
With
what,
that being
Dave?
said, I'm
You
gonna end this.
100% right.
I'm gonna end this.
Nah,
I'm
leave
gonna end
R
this.
alone,
You
I'm
man.
gonna end this.
100% right,
Well,
Dave.
Show
so
is over.
I'm
It
not
Show is
was the
sure.
dark
over.
cloud.
I'm not
Show is
R,
sure.
over.
No, I'm
R,
not
you like the
sure.
way he threw that out there, knowing we getting
Yeah,
ready to go home,
I'm
right?
telling you, this guy be
Yeah,
taking digs at me 24/7.
no,
I
I'm
understand.
not
I don't get
sure.
it.
I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who misled the host or the moderator or whatever he's want to term himself. I'm not sure who let him open the gate and look inside. But until he bends the knee, it ain't happening.
Oh,
Hey,
It
hey,
ain't
with that
happening.
being, check this out. With that being
wait,
said, I'm gonna
wait,
end
R, don't go
today's.
yet. R, let me ask a question. R, can I ask one question? Me and R talked about it, and actually, Steve, y'all wouldn't mind next week. Part of our unhinged be has Marvel lost its luster?
Oh
Right.
yeah. Nah,
Ooh,
let's
We
do
could do
that.
that. We could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
we
We could,
can do
yeah.
that.
we could do that.
We
So
can
with
do
that,
that. I'm a Marvel head
Me
we
on
could
too.
do
Me
that.
too.
the
Live.
We could do
yeah.
that. So with
I
that being
will. I
said,
will say. I will say this too, guys.
yes.
They say this Superman movie, and you know that's not Marvel. That's DC.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
They
Mm.
said this Superman movie is
They said it's crazy. Yeah, yeah,
wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
wow.
We'll
I'm
see.
hearing.
I'm
So
hearing.
Oh,
hopefully next week we could get everybody back
We will.
together,
We will. We will.
talk a little
who saw the
Marvel.
movie? Anybody in here saw the
I was
I
movie?
didn't.
actually
No,
I was
somebody
supposed to
just.
go the other day, but I had pink eye,
Ooh.
so I couldn't
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Somebody
Oh, okay.
told me. Somebody told me if you're going 1 to 10, it's an 8.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we'll
Hey, I
see.
might, I might check
What?
it out then. I
I
might
might
check
go
it
see
out.
it live.
I
Serious.
Yeah.
I'm
might.
not a.
I might.
That eight
No,
and
I
a
might
half.
go see it.
I might
I'll
go
probably.
see that. I might go
Wait,
I
see it.
might.
who told you that, Don?
Yeah, I don't. I
Uh,
really love the DC.
J from New York on Twitter.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
Well,
We're
Well,
guys,
pretty good. We're
let me
pretty
let
good
me
friends.
let me end
mm.
this nice,
I, I,
wonderful
I
episode.
got the fire stick. He don't need it. He can
Oh
have pink
damn.
eye and watch it
Nah,
on
I'm
the
gonna go
fire
to the
stick.
theater. I'm doing 40X. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to the theater with that
Yeah,
one.
all right. All right.
Me too.
So with that being said, guys,
Yeah.
thank you for joining me on
Oh
R is
man.
Untitled. I want to thank Steve. I want to thank Olive. I want to thank Av. I want to thank Dom. I want to thank Reggie,
Uh,
David,
stay,
Live, Bishop.
stay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah,
Everybody.
All
yeah.
right,
And of
everybody.
course, my brother Ronan. Can't leave you out
Yeah.
as well.
Oh.
So thanks again. Wonderful
Keep
episode
out,
next week. Of course, my man Azul, of course. So like I said, next week, 8:15 again.
I'm
Oh.
here. I'm here. I
8:15.
see you.
New
I see
time,
that.
8:15.
Oh, new
So be
time.
there.
All right.
That's it. So I look forward. Love you guys.
Friday.
Uh,
Take care.
All
All
right,
yeah.
right,
brother.
fellas.
Mm.
Peace.